Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. I think Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, Roz and Mocha. Who's this?
This is Mike.
What's up, Mike?
Just calling in to request you guys to play some 5 and 7. I haven't heard in a while.
Right.
I don't know if you heard, Mike. We don't play 5 and 7 anymore.
We don't.
No.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I trolled both of you.
Oh, I was like, what the hell? I mean, I know I don't pay attention to the group chat all that often, but I was like, did we shelve 5 and 7?
No, I'm just kidding. I freaking love that game.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, of course, Mike.
Awesome.
All right, buddy. Give us a couple minutes, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Right on.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, man, we have not played this game in forever.
This is 5 in 7.
Oh, yes.
A Roz and Mocha original game. If this is your first time hearing 5 and 7, this is how we play.
We will ask Dammit Maurie to name 5 things. Dammit Maurie has 7 seconds to name those 5 things. Very simple. Dammit Maurie, how are you?
Nervous as hell.
By design, I've made this very winnable, Dammit Maurie. By design. It is the holidays. We're all getting ready for Christmas. This, Dammit Maurie, is my gift to you.
Let me take my glasses off.
Which is a very, very winnable round of 5 and 7.
So, in this version of 5 and 7, we should be able to hear this multiple times.
Right.
Winner.
Instead of hearing this that gets played all the time.
Loser.
Correct.
That just shot right through my heart.
Dammit Maurie, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Name 5 types of trees usually used as Christmas trees.
Okay, real, fake, spruce, pine.
Loser.
Gotta mess that real and fake as an answer.
Would have accepted fir, spruce, pine, cedar, cypress. Even if you had just gone through all the different kinds of fir trees, I would have been fine with that.
I would argue with you on the fake one should be on.
You still didn't get it right, though.
No, sure. Right.
So you got it wrong.
Next.
Dammit Maurie, in order and starting at the first, name the first 5 things on the list of the 12 days of Christmas.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree.
Loser.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Without the timer.
Wait, was that right? Was that right?
Name
the
5.
first 5 from starting at 1.
Is partridge okay? Partridge in a pear tree. My true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the 2nd day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 drummers drumming, 3 steaks a burning. No.
Okay.
3 steaks a burning.
A partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah.
2
lovers loving.
No, 2 turtle doves.
Oh. And I have 2 turtle doves.
3
3 drummers drumming.
3
fruits in a bowl.
French hens.
4 turtle ducks. Cars. Calling birds. 5. Okay, 4 turtle doves. 5 golden rings.
Yes.
Oh.
So 5
golden rings.
There we go. Okay. Wow. I thought that this was a very winnable round of 5 and 7. Dammit Maurie, are you ready? Name 5 movies with Christmas in the title.
Christmas Vacation, 4 Christmases. Christmas with the Cranks. Christmas Vacation.
Loser.
Okay, you said 3, and one of them was repeated as your 4th.
What are you talking about?
You said Christmas Vacation first.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oops.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas, A Christmas Story, A Very Merry Christmas, Cinderella
Chronicles.
Christmas Chronicles.
Christmas Chronicles 2.
Christmas Chronicles 2. I would have even, the brand new one, A Castle for Christmas, that new Brooke Shields movie that's just on there. Okay, damn it, Maurie.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the first 5 words of The Little Drummer Boy.
And they told him pum-pum-pum.
Incorrect. Go again. Wow.
Loser.
You are disgusting,
You
man.
are so gross. When you're nervous, you get gassy, and it's so unbecoming.
And unprofessional.
And just unprofessional.
You want to try again?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
That was my plan.
Okay.
Question again, Roz, please.
Maury, give me the first 5 words of The Little Drummer Boy.
Okay. And they told me pum-pum-pum.
Incorrect.
The newborn king to see.
Incorrect. Come, they told me, parumpa-pum-pum. Come, they
missed it with one
told
word.
me. Okay, we got one left. Maury, you better get this.
So painful.
And I honestly did. I made a very winnable round of 5 and 7. Damn it, Maury, are you ready? Maury, name 5 words that rhyme with turkey.
Lurky, spurky, furky, turkey, lurky, spurky, murky.
Okay. I'm going to question whether some of those were actual words.
They weren't. I think I heard you say murky.
What is
that
what
is
is what is spurky?
I don't. There's a work in progress.
No, but what is spurky to you?
I don't know. I'm just words are coming out. I'm trying to get stuff.
Okay, would have accepted murky, yes. Jerky, yes. Quirky, yes. Much like mocha. Perky,
Okay,
would have accepted perky.
Yeah.
No, it's done, man. You lost.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, happy holidays. That was my gift to you, Moore. It was supposed to be a win.
Make me feel like a loser?
Wow.
You said it.
Wow. I wasn't even going to remotely say that. I was going to say maybe you better, you'll do better the next time around, and wish you luck and tell you did a great job despite being such a loser.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, this is the Roz and Mocha Show.
Hey, guys, my name's Ari. I called you guys like 6 years ago. I used to call in. Do you guys remember?
6 years? Listen, dog, I have a pretty good memory, but to say that you called one time 6 years ago, I can honestly say no. But, Ari, welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show.
That's fair. Just wanted to make a return. Whatever.
Okay, what did we talk about 6 years ago?
I used to call in. I would be in a carpool to middle school, and for like a week straight, me and my friends carpooled and like made up stories. No, not kind of made up stories about how we were having these girl problems, and you guys were giving us advice for like a week. It was great. It was the highlight of middle school, to be honest with you.
Was it? Yeah.
Wow, Ari. So how old are you now, and what's your life like?
I am 23. Life is good. Went to business school, and now I'm working as a brand manager. So I always kind of wanted to be like. When we were doing that, I wanted to be a radio host, and now I'm kind of working in marketing, so kind of entertainment. I don't know.
How are you in the love department? Did any of the advice that we gave you those years ago come in handy?
Yeah, it definitely came in handy. Not just for me, but for my friends. We used to joke about it all the time in university, so definitely came in handy, and really appreciate you guys. Actually, the best radio station, so I really appreciate it.
So wait. So when you were in junior high, you and your dingbat friends would call up while you were carpooling, and you would make up like scenarios where you guys needed advice on ladies that you actually didn't have problems with because there were no ladies. So we gave you that advice, but then years later, you're saying that when you guys actually did have lady problems, the advice we gave you when you were trolling us actually turned out to be pretty solid advice.
You hit the nail right on the head. That is exactly what happened.
Wow. There we go.
Ladies or dudes?
Ladies.
Okay, ladies. Okay.
Ladies
for everybody in that
like,
carpool. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But we did get in trouble because we went to a Jewish middle school.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that we were calling in because everyone was kind of talking about it. So they kind of told us to cut it out.
Oh, you got junior high famous.
Yeah. Kings of the school.
Yeah. So what? Like your teachers were telling you to not call into the show anymore because you guys were like on the radio talking about girls?
It got to the level of like the vice principal. So yeah.
Damn, Ari.
All right, Ari.
Well, it was great to reconnect with you again all these years later. Thank you for checking back in. It makes us happy that we have your continued support. You're one of the people. You're one of the reasons why we love doing this show.
100%. Thanks, guys, and all the best to you as well. All the best.
Before we let you go, because you have been such a longtime fan of the Roz Mocha show, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Hey, you ever kiss a girl?
I have kissed a girl.
Okay.
And the person who gave the best advice was Roz, so I'm going with Roz.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
Sorry.
did he give you advice on girls or like how to kiss a girl?
It was like how to handle these situations. It was like way too mature for like people who were friggin' like 13 years old.
Yeah.
But it was like we kept it. It locked deep in our memories, so it was useful later on.
And how old are you now?
23.
23.
So, yeah.
Have you Frenched the girl?
I have no idea what that means. I have no idea.
23-year-olds, man. Yeah, you never Frenched anybody?
It's when you use your tongue, bro.
Oh my God, I gotta hang up. I don't know.
It's gonna your junior high rabbi's gonna call you now.
It's not gonna be good.
Oh my God, love you lots, Ari. Thank you so much.
Take it easy. Have a good one.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Deepa, what did you just say about your husband?
Oh, come on. Okay.
Oh, what did you just say? I didn't have my headphones on. I wasn't ready. Go ahead.
All I said was I learned some interesting things about him last night.
But who's him?
My husband.
Okay.
That's all.
You learned some
But you guys have known
things
each other
about
since you were 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very long time.
Uh-huh. So I
This
guess
is-
still learning new things.
Yeah, okay. It sounds very dramatic, but it's not dramatic at all.
Okay.
So
You guys are at home or you
we're
guys
at
are
home.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He asks me for a head massage because he had a stressful day. And I was like, yeah, of course. I love giving head massages.
Okay.
And I think I give the best head massages in the world.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
One, what makes a good head massage, and why do you feel that you give the best head massages
I
in
think
the world?
pressure,
Yeah.
both hands, and all around the head, all
Okay.
spots, right?
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I can nail this. And I was looking at him and he's like, falling asleep. He's enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, hey, can I get a head massage too? And he was like, okay. And I usually don't ever get head massages. So I was so excited.
Uh-huh.
This dude took his hand and all 5 fingers just started to scratch one section of my head. And then within 5 seconds, it went to one finger scratching one part of my head. And it was like he had laser focus. And he's just scratching and scratching. I'm like, ow,
Like
ow,
picking
ow,
at you.
ow.
Like
Yeah,
picking
he's
at you.
Picking my scalp. I'm like, Paul, what are you doing? He's like, I'm giving you a head massage. I'm like, no, you're making my scalp bleed is what you're doing.
Have you guys never had massage in your relationship before? Like you never lie down on the ground and then he jumps on your back and sort of rubs you down?
I usually do that. I usually am the one giving the head massages.
Right. But what about like a back massage? Like you don't massage each other. You're not that kind of couple.
No,
or
not
haven't
really.
been. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I
No,
was
but
like,
is there a chance that maybe he was doing such a poor job because
he
he
just
doesn't
didn't
want to be asked all the time now?
It might actually be that, but I was like, how do you not know how to give a head massage? Like you're taking one finger and scratching one point of my head for God knows how long. And then I was like, you know what? I think I want to share the story. And he's like, if you share the story, you got to sign something that says that I get 20 free head massages from you.
So
I have to print vouchers now to give to him.
Because you talked about it on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh.
For 20 free head massages that
What?
he can just
no.
get anytime he wants.
Let me ask you, what other deals do you guys have?
That's it. That's the only
I will say this in Thalal's defense, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is this. Making it even isn't always the best play when it comes to those types of things in
Right.
a relationship. So if he comes home and is like, oh my God, I had the worst day, everything else, can you please just give me a head massage, right? You give him the head massage, don't ask for one in return.
But what if I had a worse day?
But that's not what it's about then, right? So on the next day, right? Maybe a day later, be like, oh my God, remember that day you had yesterday? Get head massage, fixed everything. Had that day today. Get on it. And then, because otherwise, because here's the thing, okay? If you get a head massage and it's so good and you're in that zone of where your eyes are like barely open and you just
And you're
like,
so relaxed.
you're so relaxed and you're loving life. And then somebody goes, okay, Snap out of it. Now do me. Right? That is not what you want at that moment, right? I'm like, no, just let me be in this moment right now.
He was probably like in a certain vibe at that moment.
Like he was smiling, eyes closed, and I was like, okay, Victor.
Yes, no, because what you wound up doing was you gave a great head massage, and then you ruined it.
Okay, but in my defense, I always give him head massages. So I was like, I'm getting a nice vibe now. I want to feel nice. So I was like, can I please have a head massage?
No, you save that. You don't get one then.
So then I'll never get one ever.
No, then you just ask on a night where he's not wanting one. Like you can't do that. You can't do that.
Now I know that his head massages suck.
Right.
So I probably will never ask him for another one.
Do what I do. Whenever I want my foot tickled and I'm lying on the couch and Catherine is sitting there, I just start like creeping my foot up like her body until my big toe is under her chin, and then I just flick her chin with my big toe.
Please tell me you wash your feet before you do this.
It's a completely non-verbal proposition too. Yeah, and
I'm
it
sure
always
she loves it.
It always works.
Anyway, congratulations to all. You got 20 head massages.
There you
coming
go.
your way.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
We've been getting submissions, people who are listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast at half speed. Z-Chun Mo is the latest Roz and Mocha fan to send one in from episode 227 of our podcast. He found a conversation that was ridiculous to begin with, slowed it down, half speed, because it was discovered that when you listen to the podcast at half speed, it sounds like you and I are like so drunk.
Wasted, which I didn't even know you could listen to something at half speed. Why
So
would
the
anybody wanna do
conversation,
that?
the ridiculous conversation, sounds even more ridiculous and almost unbelievable.
All right. What do we got?
This one's called Sticky Balls.
Sticky Balls.
It was from the summertime when we were talking about how Major League Baseball were giving umpires the power to like enforce rules on pitchers or teams using like a sticky substance on the ball that would affect the way the ball travels through the air, affect the way it, if it gets hit, affect its trajectory.
Gotcha.
So
Sticky balls.
Sticky balls.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this at half speed.
Did you see all this stuff about the sticky balls?
The sticky balls?
Sticky balls.
What sticky balls?
Sticky balls.
Who has sticky balls?
They all have sticky balls.
Who's sticky balls?
Everybody's balls are sticky.
What are you talking
And it's
about?
a whole thing right now.
Seriously?
Yes.
Was there sticky balls at the Jays game yesterday?
No, maybe not, but they're saying that this is one of the reasons why pitchers are slowly going downhill. Did you see all this stuff about the sticky balls?
The sticky balls?
Sticky balls.
What sticky balls?
Sticky balls.
Who has sticky balls?
They all have sticky balls.
So if you find a moment in the podcast, a ridiculous conversation that you want to slow down, DM it to us. You can do a screen recording. Let us know the timestamps, what episode it is. We'll play it on the radio. Thank you very much, Z-Chun Mo.
Yeah, and
for your submission.
And you get a great shout out too. That's the best part.
Of course.
Sticky balls.
Who has sticky balls?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo.
Yeah.
How you doing?
What's going on?
I'm good.
Yeah.
The chair that you're sitting on right now.
Yes.
Is it lower than normal?
No.
Oh.
Why?
You just seem a lot lower today.
Really?
Or were you just like really
emotionally?
slouched?
I slouch normally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Burns.
Yeah. I have terrible posture.
Oh, okay.
But I'm comfortable that way. I like leaning forward, right? Like I like just like, I don't know. I prefer it. Like even if I'm at home, drives Catherine crazy because I will sit, if I'm watching something, I like to sit like right on the edge of the couch and then just put my elbows on my knees and lean forward.
With your hands?
Just sort of like
chin in your hands?
No,
or
just dangling between my legs.
Hold on.
Like you're watching a really important moment in a basketball game. Yeah, that's how I sit.
Like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like almost like a gargoyle statue.
No. Okay, so imagine. Okay, here, look.
Like real sad.
No. Imagine. Okay, sit the way you would. You are courtside at the Raptors.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's like 4 seconds left on the clock. Raptors possession.
Okay. So
Okay.
my elbows are on my thighs.
Yes.
And
Leaning forward.
Yeah, I'm leaning
Yeah,
forward.
yeah.
You more forward than this?
No, that's about right. Yeah.
And then like I have my hands like clasped together.
Yeah. That's my most comfortable position when I'm at home on the couch.
For hours like that?
Hours. I can sit hours. And then Catherine will take her hand and put it on my chest and push me back.
Yeah.
Because it makes her uncomfortable that I don't look comfortable.
Yeah, because you look like you're
about to leave.
Yeah, like you have somewhere to go. Like
yes.
Like I'm just gonna watch this part quick and then I'm gonna go to the bathroom or I'm gonna go to the fridge. I'll be right back.
100%. I look like I'm not fully committed to the night. Right? Like I may just get up and leave at a moment's notice. But I like I'll watch a half a movie like that.
Seriously?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Yeah.
You don't like lying down on the couch or like leaning back all the way like
No,
this?
because I'm so tall. I can't put my head on the back of the couch, right?
Oh,
like if I go to put my head on the back of the couch, my head hits the wall.
But doesn't your back hurt like from leaning forward that way?
No.
For so long?
My back hurts always, right? So it's like.
But it doesn't feel weird like when you stand up, right? And you stand up straight.
Yeah.
Or when you stand up and then like immediately.
Yeah.
Like your spine curves.
Yes.
Like this.
Yes. No, but if I'm sitting at the kitchen table, like on my computer, I've told you this before. If I'm sitting at the kitchen table on my computer and I'm there for a while, Catherine will just walk up behind me, put one hand on the small of my back, one hand on my chest, and straighten me out.
Yes. And then you immediately fall back into position.
Yes. Yeah. I fold like I'm jelly, right?
Yeah.
And then I go, and then I slowly slink back down. Like I like it when so first of all, I sit really, really close to tables. So the table is on my stomach. Like I can feel the edge of the table on my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And then I lean forward
to
where my rib cage pokes on the top of the table.
Oh my God.
Right?
Okay.
I lean forward and then I take one hand and I put it over the entire right side of my face and I look through my fingers while I'm looking at my computer.
You look through your middle and ring finger.
Yeah.
And then between your ring finger and pinky finger is where your nose goes.
Yeah. That's comfortable for me.
That's like
I feel
that
safe.
position there is like you're dreading life.
Yeah, I know.
That's how you sit at the table?
Yeah. Like if I'm working.
But how do you, when you're working.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like that's how you eat. I thought like you move your hand just to get the fork or the spoon and then I think your hand just shuts back over your face.
No. I have terrible posture. It's the worst. It's the worst posture, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The most dangerous toys you can give your kids. This is according to stats on the amount of injuries that have resulted from specific toys.
Please don't say Nerf gun. Please don't say Nerf gun. Please don't say Nerf gun.
No, Hot Wheels on the list.
What? Why?
The small pieces, choking hazards, everything else.
My son he's got so many Hot Wheels at home.
Frisbees and boomerangs are on the list.
We got Frisbees for the dog.
Dolls and action figures, darts, toy boxes, tricycles, balloons are on the list. But what the top two, what is the most dangerous toy you can buy for a kid? The most dangerous thing you can buy for your kid that have caused over 190,000 injuries since 2016.
I think I know.
What?
Crayons?
No.
Because they stick them up their nose?
Razor scooter.
What?
The scooters.
Why?
Because they're dangerous and kids fall off them and then they don't wear helmets and they don't do this.
Well, they should be wearing helmets.
Okay, well, who knows, though? I'm just saying that, listen, it's the most dangerous toy you can get for a kid. 100,000 injuries since 2016. Number 2 on the list, balls.
Huh?
Balls.
Why? Because they get hit in the face?
Yeah, so all kinds of balls, too, like different sizes, like footballs, baseballs, any other type of ball.
Golf ball.
Balls have racked up almost twice as many victims as any other toys on the list. So balls, what are you laughing at?
What's so funny, Maurie? You want to come out here and tell everyone why you're laughing?
No. What?
No?
Okay, I don't know.
We're talking
man.
about children's safety
I
here.
don't know. I'm talking about hurt children.
What's so funny? Children getting hurt? Funny?
How balls have hurt tons of kids. Why is that funny to you?
Why is that
because
funny?
you don't have children of your own? It's because yeah, feel free, man. Anyway, so listen, balls. kids should not handle them or don't give them as gifts, I guess is what they're saying, because unless you monitor the child's what they do with their balls.
Guys, what's so funny?
Nothing. That includes, again, footballs.
You guys are so immature.
Baseballs.
Grow up.
And all other types of balls. I know. I don't know why.
Am
It's
I
so
the only
stupid.
mature person
I don't
in this
understand.
room?
I don't get it.
Also, kids, wear your friggin' helmets.
Right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, especially when you're playing with balls. Right? It's dangerous, man. Get one of those in the eye, right to the hospital you go.
Honestly.
Right?
I work with all children
it's
here.
the holidays, too.
Yeah. Shut up. You're just as much as he is.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I never heard of the story of the woman from 90 Day Fiancé who sells her farts.
Huh?
Did you hear this story?
No.
Stephanie from 90 Day Fiancé.
Okay.
What do you know about 90 Day Fiancé? Anything? For also selling your farts for cash, that is there's not many things in life where you could say that women hold the advantage over men. Like, let's just be honest, right? And I mean that in a very pro-women kind of way. The world isn't designed that way. Selling your farts is one of the things. Women can make far more money selling their farts than men can make
For
selling
guys,
their
we're
farts.
just disgusting
Right?
pigs at that
No,
point.
because guys aren't going to buy farts from guys.
Right.
Right?
Oh, facts.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Sure.
You have tapped into a market where the consumer is, I would say, 100% male.
Mm-hmm.
And that buying population is not interested in purchasing farts
Unless
from
you're
other
a woman
men.
that is attracted to this Stephanie.
No, but what you
from
name me
90 Day.
one? You name me one woman who wants to buy a fart in a jar, even from their idol.
I don't know. Name
Nobody.
Name me a guy.
Nobody. There's tons of guys.
So give me some names.
I don't know any guys, but
So
there's
then I don't know any women then. I'm just saying. There might be.
this
out there.
woman made $45,000 in a week selling her farts in jars.
Sorry, say that number again?
This woman made $45,000 in 1 week selling her farts in jars. The women are not buying those.
Wow. Good for you,
Okay?
Steph.
Women
Stephanie
are
is
not
her
buying
name?
those yet. So here, do you want to hear her explain it?
I guess.
Okay.
Like how she farts in a jar?
No. First of all, yes.
Oh,
First
really?
of all, it's all her. She takes it so
Wait,
seriously.
here's
It's
a
ridiculous.
question. Before
Yeah.
Let's say she is out and about, right?
Yes.
Does she travel with jars?
Okay. So
Through
the
the
way
day?
she explains it, but she doesn't necessarily explain like how she puts the fart in the jar. She explains the preparation to get the perfect fart for the jar.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you a day in the life of a girl who sells her farts in a jar. So I like to get things rolling with some beans, a protein muffin, sometimes even a yogurt, less sugar is better, some hard-boiled eggs, and today I decided I was going to make myself a protein shake with some yogurt added to it, and I was feeling it for sure. While I wait for those farts to develop, I like to read. I'm very smart, love to read, and then after I'm ready to go, I go ahead and, do my work, do my job. I don't need to show you that, guys, but I like to add in little flower petals. I feel like they attach the scent and make it last longer. And when I'm finally finished with my jar, I like to leave a personalized note. Now, why do people buy my farts in a jar? I honestly think it's because I have a really good personality and also because I'm hot.
Okay.
Okay. $100 a jar. She's made $90,000 so far. She made $45,000 in 1 week.
I honestly think it's because I have a really good personality and also because I'm hot.
Right.
Give me those stats again.
Okay. She made $45,000 in 1 week, apparently, and $90,000 so far selling her farts.
And this is, what's her name? Stephanie from...
Stephanie Matto from 90 Day Fiancé.
Wow. What happens if you're driving in the car and you feel one?
I
In the
mean,
passenger seat, does she have jars there and she'll hold in the fart and then pull over on the side?
Well, I guess it's like uneaten food at a buffet at the end of a shift, right? It's like it goes to waste. You're not going to make money off that.
You think
turkey leg? Nobody was here to buy
when
it.
she feels it, you think clothes are on or is she...
I don't know. I don't know.
Removes.
I don't know the business of selling farts in a jar, right? Like you're looking at me like I'm some sort of expert. I'm trying to report the news.
I'm just intrigued right now.
Yeah, I know, but you're looking at me like I have answers. Like I have all the information that you have based on what we've just talked about. I have no more information than you
That's
do.
a lot of money.
Right.
A ton of money she made.
It's $90,000. That is a ton of money.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Stephanie Matto from 90 Day Fiancé made huge news yesterday. And she's from 90 Day Fiancé. I think she was part of the first same-sex couple on 90 Day Fiancé, if I'm not mistaken. But more important, above all of that stuff, what made her famous, you know me, and I have incredible respect for expert-level trolling.
Okay.
And Stephanie Matto lit up social media yesterday when she revealed that she has been selling, and not only just selling, but making an incredible amount of money. She said that she's made $100,000 so far from selling her farts in a jar.
Wow.
Now, the complaints started to come in. The criticism started to come in.
Really?
But my favorite part about this, and what makes this troll job just so incredible, is that the complaints weren't that she's lying or that it's what. The complaints were that the farts are too expensive. The complaints were that her whole operation is a ripoff because it's $1,000 for a fart in a jar. As in, like, $100 is fine, but you can't charge $1,000 for a fart in a jar.
Nobody had a problem with her farting in jars.
I mean, people did have that problem.
They had a problem with the price tag.
Thank you. So
attached.
here's Stephanie's rebuttal to the criticism.
Rebut.
Thank you.
I see what you did there.
One of the things I told myself when I began this new flatulence business was that the number one most important thing to me was going to be customer satisfaction. I wanted every single person who purchases my farts to feel that they were getting a deal, a good deal, and they were receiving a product that a lot of care, heart, and love went into. And people are saying to me, oh, $1,000 for one jar of farts, that's so much money, that's such a ripoff, but I was offering a deal that was 50% off. And when you take into account the cost of shipping and handling, the amount of food that I have to eat in order to produce the farts, the amount of energy and exertion that goes into creating those farts, and the flower petals that go into the fart jars, which then capture the scent. And then also every single fart jar comes with a handwritten note. That takes time, it takes paper, it takes ink, it takes willpower, it takes strength, it takes time. Time equals money. So when you really total up everything, all of the effort and the natural resources that go into creating this once in a lifetime product, then it really is a good deal when you think about it.
Ink.
The production costs are through the roof.
And Stephanie ended it off with this.
So the people that are coming at me saying, oh, who the hell would pay $1,000 or $500 for a fart? That's way too much money. What I have to say to those people is, like, walk a mile in my shoes. You try to make farts every single day, multiple times a day. It's not easy.
Wow. I mean, no, come on now.
Guys, I gotta buy paper. I gotta get ink.
I was with you. You know what I mean? I was right there with you on even willpower, pen, and ink. But yeah, that does not sound like the difficult part.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Tom Holland did Hot Ones.
Hot Ones. Oh, the Chicken Wing Show.
Yeah, that's the Chicken Wing Show where they sit with the guy and he does the interview and then they keep dipping in sauces, chicken wings, and progressively just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter.
That's where the meme or the gif of Idris Elba with his eyes watering coughing comes from.
Yes.
That episode, he had a hot one.
Yeah. So there's one clip about Tom Holland talking about other things. But play. I have to play clip number 2 for me. So this is like, people have freaked out on this show before, right? Where they really sort of lose it and they can't take heat at all.
Yeah.
And like Tom Holland's reaction is like up there.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, his face, man.
More than Idris Elba?
No, I don't know if it's more than Idris Elba, but it doesn't go well for the poor kid.
The bone. Oh, wow. Oh, no, I didn't even put it in my mouth. And
whoa. Just on his hands.
Victoria just went like this. Oh, no. Mm-hmm. Oh, mate. Oh, mate.
Oh, no.
That is so bad. You and me, same page there.
Oh, no.
Do you finger lick, or do you at this stage, are you
no.
just...
I just survived.
Oh, my God, that is
At
so
this
bad.
stage, I just survived.
Poor guy.
Oh, my God, Sean.
Yeah.
I think it's time to try this lemon trick. If this is a joke, and this is going to make it worse...
We're not setting you up, I don't know if it'll help that much.
That doesn't help.
I don't think anything will.
Oh, man. I have to walk this off for a second.
Yeah. Take a lap. We've seen some laps on this show.
Are you not allowed to like do or have anything
No, you
else to
can't.
alleviate
Yeah.
the experience, alleviate the pain that you're feeling at the moment?
No, you can. You can. But there are, I know you were talking about the Idris Elba clip where his eyes are watering and
he's
everything
coughing.
else. The memes that are coming out from the Tom Holland one is the first link that I clicked when you Google Tom Holland Hot Ones is there's a montage of 43 seconds of just Tom Holland sucking his fingers.
Oh, no.
I want to know, can you find out what sauce it was, Maury? That do they tell you what sauce it was?
It should have. If you go to their YouTube page, it should have in the description.
Yeah, it's like a half
of the
hour
episode.
though, right? I can't go through that whole thing.
No, that's in the description of the episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hold on. Let me look at that because I'm like really curious as to
Poor Tom Holland.
which one it was.
Now, do you think that they randomly select the sauces, not necessarily for the person that they're interviewing? So they do it one of two ways.
Right.
They already know we have all these sauces. We're going to use these for all the shows, no matter who the guest is. Or do you think that they do research on the people that are going to be on the show and do a little bit of digging, find out what their tolerance is for hot food, and then
I don't know
cater
because
it that way?
because which one is it, Maury?
Da Bomb.
Oh, it's called The Bomb. I've never seen that one before. Oof.
It has a picture of a bomb.
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't look
so
good.
it's
Do you
hot.
know who can handle spicy food really well?
Who?
Is Kristen Bell.
Really?
You ever seen Kristen Bell when she did, the one chip challenge?
Yeah.
That Pocky Diablo, whatever chip.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You watch, if you get a chance, watch Kristen Bell do the one chip challenge. Doesn't even flinch.
Really?
Like nothing. It's like it looked fake.
Really?
Yeah. Like nothing happens. She just sits there.
They should get her on Hot Ones.
Yeah, I know. She's got that new show called The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window.
So I watched a trailer for that.
What do you
right?
see as the limit?
Yeah.
I watched a trailer for that.
Yeah.
That looks exactly like there was another movie on Netflix earlier this year.
Right.
I can't remember the name of it, but the woman, it was almost the exact same thing. She thinks she sees a murder in the apartment across the street.
Yes.
And she drinks a little bit too much, and I think she's on pills as well.
Also,
But
yes.
she befriends like that family across the street, like their son, because she's like a psychiatrist.
Yes.
What was that? Do you know
Isn't that called Woman in the Window on Netflix? Came out this year?
Yes.
This is sort of a take on that, right? Like it's sort of like the woman in the house across the street from the girl in the window, because it's always like the woman in the house or the girl in the window, right? Like they always have those kinds of titles. Maury, what is that?
It's like Rear Window almost too, then, right? From back in the
Very,
day.
very close to that. Yes.
Or
yes.
like what we literally just
No,
talked about.
it is. It's a combination of all the tropes, right? Like
Right.
all the
But
sort of
Rear
cliches.
Window was first.
Absolutely. Well, yes. Right?
Yeah, it was from the 50s.
Yeah. Well, I'm not arguing that this was
50s?
first.
Okay.
Jesus, man.
Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story.
Hello, Amanda. It's Roz and Mocha. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Hi.
Welcome to Roz and Mocha's Hell of a
Why are
Story.
you rubbing your head like that?
Because this, is there a ghost in your story?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yo, Deepa just parked up on the other side of the room.
Here we go. Here we go.
right,
I know, Roz, you hate these
Oh,
stories.
God. Okay, where does your story start?
London, England.
So when was this and what happened?
I was backpacking Europe, and when we got to London, we saw this, haunted tour thing, so we decided...
Who's we? Who's we?
Oh, me and a friend.
Okay.
And so we sign up, and it's just this giant building with different rooms, and they walk you through, and they talk about the so-called spirits that haunt and reside in each room. We go into the first room, and I start gagging and holding my nose. My friend looks at me and she's like, what is wrong with you? But you don't smell this? She goes, it just smells like an old room. And so we're just sort of standing in the back, and the guy starts talking, and the spirit in this room, it was a London rapist who would, as a spirit, make himself known to his targets through his smell of rotting vegetables.
And only you were smelling that.
Yeah, I was the only one who had to hold my nose and gag. So we continue the tour. We walk down this ladder, and we're in another room. It's like an apartment. There's a kitchen. There's some bedrooms. And I just keep staring into a corner, like I saw something. Mm-hmm. My friend's like, what are you staring at? I'm like, shh, because I didn't want the guy to hear us talking. And then he starts talking about this girl that was murdered in this apartment, and she was actually lit on fire in the corner. And she only reveals herself to nurturing women, like nurses, teachers, mothers. And of course, I'm a teacher. And so I saw a girl flaming in the corner. When the tour ended, we left the building. We made our way across London to a completely different district, checked into where we were staying overnight, and we go to sleep, or at least my friend does. And I'm laying in our dormitory, and I'm hearing loud bangs and crashes and all sorts of noises. And I'm like, what is going on? So I open our door, and it's dark and silent in our hallway. There's nothing happening. There's not another human being in sight. I'm like, what the F is going on? I go back downstairs and close the door, and the noises start again. And I'm like, okay, this is not okay. There's a fridge in the room. I thought the motor of the fridge was dying. I unplugged the fridge. No, the noise continued all night long. All the while, my friend is dead asleep and heard nothing. So I ended up grabbing all of our flashlights. I tied flashlights to my wrists, turned them on, and I laid in bed, moving the flashlights around the room for 8 hours.
Deepa's in the corner of the room right now about to throw up on herself. Just so you know.
So
come and sit here, Deepa. Don't say anything, right? But I need the noises that are coming out of you to be heard throughout this, okay? Okay. Go on.
So the next morning, my friend wakes up and I tell her what happened. She legit thinks I've just gone crazy. She's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go back and talk to them? I was like, I think I have to. I don't think I'm ever going to sleep again. So we went back to the place that did the tour.
You went back to the murder house. You went back to the murder house at the London rapist.
Correct.
Okay. Go on.
And we're talking to the guys who run the tour. Apparently, the spirit of that first room that smells like rotting vegetables attached himself to me and followed me. And they had to recall the spirit back into his room.
They had to give you an exorcism?
What? Essentially, yeah.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
How did they do it? What did they say? What did they do? What did they bring to the table?
Yeah, so they lit a bunch of candles and waved those scented steaming things around, and they chanted some words in English. And while they're doing it, my arm hair was standing up. I had goosebumps all over me, and all of a sudden I got a shiver from head to toe, and I'm like, I have to sit down. And the second I sat down, this when you breathe in the cold, there's you can see your breath from the carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
It's the middle of summer. There's no cold, but literally I breathe and you could see my carbon dioxide, and then you could just watch it go back into the building. It was weird.
So that was the ghost leaving your body.
Correct.
Amanda, I will say that this is one hell of a story. I don't believe a word of it.
I know you don't.
But it was one hell of a story.
It is 100% true.
Can I give advice? Is that cool?
Sure.
This is what I've heard and what I do as well, because I think my house is haunted AF. Apparently, you have to set boundaries. If you see something or you experience something, I sometimes walk into my house and I'm like, this is my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
my body. You cannot enter my body.
Deepa, thank you very much with the boundaries. Amanda, thank you very much with the ghost story exorcism. I have so much love for you. That was a hell of a story, and you told it incredibly well.
I love you guys.
We love you right back,
We
Amanda.
love you too, Amanda.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Great
honey.
day.
All right. Bye-bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Chris Pratt is snagging up all of the animated movie roles, right?
God, people hate Chris Pratt.
Of course,
It's
he
so
was
wild.
the voice of Emmett for the Lego movies. We just found out that he's going to be the voice of Garfield for their animated movie, and then of course Mario for the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah. Do you say Mario or Mario?
Mario.
Really?
Yeah. Why? What do you say?
Mario.
Oh, I say Mario.
Mario.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. I've
Super
never
Mario
heard somebody
Brothers.
say Mario.
It's me, Mario.
He doesn't say that.
Doesn't he?
No. It's me, Mario.
Does he?
Yes.
It's me, Mario. Buongiorno. This is my brother Luigi.
No. Anyway, yeah.
We're plumbers.
It's interesting. Let me leave that with me. Leave that with me.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, okay.
Super
Yeah.
Mario. It's me, Mario.
Your face work.
Yeah, it feels
when you
weird to say Mario.
Yeah?
Yeah. Are you sure it's not Mario?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's
me,
right.
Mario.
It's me, Mario. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's my brother Luigi.
Yeah.
We're
I mean,
plumbers.
yeah. No. Yeah. Okay, go on.
It's me, Mario.
It's me, Mario. No, I don't know
it's
if that's
not
what he
that?
says. No, it's
Oh.
Mario.
So some game developer
No, I think I'm nuts. Okay, go ahead.
created the Chris Pratt Super Mario Brothers game
Okay.
where you play it just on your computer, right? And
Yes.
you use your keyboard, spacebar, arrows, left, right, up, down to navigate.
Okay.
And you can only play the first level of the actual Super Mario Brothers game.
Okay.
Okay. But all of the moves that you make, with every move that you do, a Chris Pratt voice appear like
stuff that they've taken from things that Chris Pratt has done in the past.
From like Guardians of the Galaxy, Jurassic Park, like all those Jurassic World movies.
Right.
So it's Chris Pratt's voice as opposed mixed in with some of the sound effects.
Okay.
So I
Hit me.
played a little bit of level 1 before you guys got in,
Yeah.
and this is what it sounds like.
Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks.
here it is.
Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks.
Nickels.
Jumping jacks.
I've spent a good amount of time naked. Just went and made a new dinosaur. Why
Jumping
me?
jacks. Here it is. Jumping jacks. Here it
That's
is.
super disappointing.
Wow.
It gets pretty annoying after a
Yeah,
while.
I could see that. Yeah, I got like 30 seconds of that. I was
Yeah.
annoyed already.
And that wasn't even 30, that was 18.
That was 18. Yeah, maybe 3 seconds in. I was.
So
I
if
was
you want to
annoyed.
play that, you can go search for Chris Pratt
Does
is
it-
Super Mario.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it's the actual
Yeah?
game.
Oh, it
it's
is?
level 1 of the actual game.
Oh, that's cool. I don't
and
mind
it's
that.
Mario, and it's just Chris Pratt's voice.
Yeah.
Does not work on a Mac.
It doesn't.
Because I
What are you
tried to
talking
play
about?
this at home and it wouldn't work on my browser at home.
Oh, well, yeah,
Oh.
but what browser are you using?
What browser are you using?
The
Safari?
Safari. Use a different
No.
browser.
Yeah.
It'll work fine.
It says on the website which browsers it'll work with.
Okay, so use a different browser if you have Safari.
Yeah. Just use like Chrome.
Jumping jacks.
Jumping jacks.
Jumping jacks.
Jumping
Jumping
jacks.
jacks. Here it is. Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks.
I've spent a good amount of time naked.
Wow.
Just went and made a new
I don't know
dinosaur.
if that one was
Why
necessary.
me?
Here it is. Jumping jacks. Here it
That's
is.
super disappointing.
It sounds chaotic. It's too chaotic for me, man. I can't
know.
do that.
You wouldn't like it.
No.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, Roz Mocha. Who's this?
Michelle, how are you?
Good, Michelle. What's going on?
So I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been recently listening to you guys every morning and heard you guys have a podcast. So I was wondering, where should I start your podcast from? The latest or the oldest episode?
That is a question that we get a lot.
How long have you been listening to the Roz and Mocha Show for?
Well, I remember you guys when I was a kid, but I just started
Shut up.
commuting to work every morning.
Yeah.
So the last 2 months, pretty constantly.
Constantly for the last 2 months. Okay, so Roz and I have been on the radio together for just over 12 years now. So you were listening, as you said, when you were a kid, so you know like a little bit about us. And in the past 2 months, you may have learned a little bit more about us.
Exactly.
I would say to go back to the very beginning and follow the timeline of the show from episode 1.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, because going back to the beginning isn't going back to the beginning of the show,
No.
right? Like we started the podcast. What year did we start the podcast?
End of 2017 or 2018, was it?
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like it's not like going back to 2009 or whatever it was when we started. It's just sort of going back and people like what we've found is people who want to start at the beginning, they're like, oh my God, this seems like an unbelievable mountain to climb. And they wind up crushing it.
Yeah.
Like we get messages from people who listen to 300 episodes of this podcast in like less than a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, Michelle, because the goal, the initial goal of the podcast, right, was to accompany the live show.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the problems we ran into is that people were like abandoning the live show and just waiting for the podcast to drop and then just like binge through that.
Yeah.
So,
that's what I was going to ask next.
So our only ask is if you're cool with living in 2 different timelines, we would appreciate that you listen to the live show and then like throughout the rest of the day get caught up by listening to the podcast. Is that something that you'd be able to do for us?
Oh yeah, I think you guys are worth it.
Okay, yeah, it's the Roz Mocha multiverse is basically what it is. But yeah, we would get calls. We would be in here doing the live show, right? And then we would get calls from fans who have questions about something that they're currently right now at that moment listening to on the podcast. But it was from a podcast that we did 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
So it becomes very confusing for us.
And also super disrespectful.
No, I bet.
Right. Yeah. So listen to the live show, and then when we're not on, go and catch up and sort of go through all the podcasts and let us know how it's going. Let us know how many you managed to burn through, because there's like early on, like we were doing podcasts that were, I mean, there's still a couple hours each, but there's some real long podcasts in there.
And then we have like specialty ones in there as well mixed in. So I think you're going to enjoy it. We think you're going to enjoy it. And you get to learn a little bit more about us, okay?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm planning to listen to you guys live and on the way home, just on the podcast.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you, Michelle. But before we let you go, something you'll hear on the podcast, and you've heard, obviously, in the past 2 months for listening live, is between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
I would say Roz.
Oh,
Sorry, Mocha.
Oh,
that's okay.
Look at that. Mocha takes the loss way better than I do.
So hold on, let me just check the tally here.
Oh, God.
Go through all my pages first. Hold on.
See what I mean? I can't just get a win. I can never just get a win on this show. No, that's fine. You do you. You do you.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, hold on. He's still going, flipping pages.
Oh, hold on. Wait, I got to get to the next book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's going to take a while.
Yeah, it's going to it's a while. Yeah.
Okay, found it. So, Roz, you are at...
What am I at now?
11.
11.
Yeah.
Just mark it
thanks.
down.
Thanks.
That should be part of 11.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks.
Love you, Michelle.
Bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Billie Eilish, double duty on SNL, which is some of the hardest 90 minutes in show business, and not a lot of people can do it because you have to be like naturally funny. You have to be a natural actor, and not a lot of pop stars are. Some pop stars have been very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Timberlake's incredible. Timberlake can host a show and not be musical guest, which I think he has done in the past. Like he's just one of those sort of rare talents that can do that. But Billie Eilish was up for both. And it's I would say that the pre-record segments she did were funnier than the live stuff that they did. But
probably nervous as hell, though.
But here's a little bit of her monologue talking about how she actually did at one point want to be an actor. Number 2.
In fact, I used to say that I hated acting, but the truth is, when I was little, I loved it. My mom and dad were both actors. So was my brother Phineas, and it was my dream to be in a movie. And I remember when that dream died.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was 9. Okay. And my mom wrote a film inspired by her life. Literally, this is true. She cast my brother Phineas as her son.
Oh, no.
She played the mom. And in the movie, she had no daughter.
I got the hint. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, they wrote
Billie
they wrote her
Eilish.
good stuff for the monologue. So Miley Cyrus made an appearance. One of the funniest sort of bits that they did was this Christmas card bit where it was like a family looking at their Christmas cards that they've been sent by people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Christmas cards kind of come to life to reveal the truth because everybody sends out those Christmas cards that are, you're just like, look at my fantastic family, right?
Sure.
So the Christmas cards actually come to life, and it's the families in those Christmas cards that start talking. So here's the Miley Cyrus appearance in the Christmas card skit.
Wait, is that your friend Ruth with Miley Cyrus? Are they friends?
No, we are not. But what better way to remind you that I met a celebrity at a restaurant 11 months ago than with my Christmas card?
This woman came up to my table and said, "You're Anna Montana," and then said that she hated my music.
I'm just being honest. It's not for me.
She asked for a photo and implied that if I didn't take it, it was because I was racist.
That's true, and I use that a lot.
So I took the picture. So I guess Merry Christmas from Miley and...
You don't know my name? You racist.
And then they get to the Billie Eilish family Christmas card, which is goes like this.
Who's that in the pajamas?
That's Harper. We went to high school together.
Oh, and you guys were friends?
Yeah. No, we weren't. I made her life a living hell. What's new with me? Let's see. Still a bitch, still richer than her, and
my God.
still married to my handsome yet boring husband who cheats on me.
I do cheat on her a lot.
What else? Oh, my son is 15 now. He's growing into a fine young incel.
It's girls' faults that I'm not cool.
And if our matching pajamas don't make you hate us, flip the card for a long, braggy list of what our family did this year.
Spoiler alert, we moved into a huge house on the lake.
I don't like the lake because you have to wear swim trunks, and I'm at the part of puberty where I look like a newborn giraffe.
Oh, no. Even though you think I'm a tacky, fake bitch, I know that my Christmas cards make you jealous, and I love that I still have that power over you. So, happy holidays, tampon girl. That's what I called your wife in high school.
Wow, Harper seems real nice.
You know what? It sounds like they
It
did.
was a good bit. Yeah.
They had some really good skits for her.
The song though. Do we have time to play the song real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah.
Okay, so go to the one where she sings a song about meeting Santa and then everything goes weird. It's number 5.
Hey girls, I have a Christmas question for you. Has this ever happened to you? It sure has, Leslie D. Wait, I haven't asked you yet. Asked us what, Leslie D? Just let me ask it and then you'll know. Hey, don't get mad. Girls, I'm asking if you've ever dreamed of meeting someone your whole entire life, and then when you finally got the chance, it didn't go quite as planned.
Oh, we know just what you're talking about.
But sing about it anyway, just in case we don't. What the hell? It was a winter's night, 2:45. I was dozing by my Christmas tree when he appeared with a full white beard, the very guy that I revered. I'm talking Santa. Santa. I was in the same room as him.
You met the Santa? Like from the Bible?
Were you nervous, Leslie D? Was
this live or was this a pre-record?
Don't be a fool, be smooth as ice and play it cool. So here is what I said. Hey, sexy mama, nice teeth. Yeah, I made it weird with Santa.
Was this pre-recorded or this was a live one?
Pre-record or live, more? Pre-record, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's Billie Eilish on SNL over the weekend.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Billie Eilish did an interview, a long interview with Howard Stern. A couple of the headlines that came out of it, this was post SNL. So her nerves and everything else leading up to Saturday Night Live. Both,
She was host and musical guest, right?
Yes, which
Wow.
is a monster job for anybody. But then also she revealed that she had COVID in August. And it was
for real?
pretty bad. So let's start with Billie Eilish on having COVID.
I also had COVID already. Nobody knows that, but that
dude.
How bad was it when you got COVID? How bad was it?
It was bad. It was bad. I mean, I didn't die, and I wasn't going to die, but that does not take away from how miserable it was. I mean, it was terrible. I still have side effects. I mean, I was sick for like 2 months almost. This was in August, like a couple months ago.
Oh, so this was even after you were vaccinated?
Yeah, but I want it to be clear that it is because of the vaccine that I'm fine. Because I think if I weren't vaccinated, I would have like died because it was bad. I mean, but it was just okay. When I say it was bad, I more just mean that it felt horrible. But really, in the scheme of COVID, it was not bad.
Wait, so it was bad or it wasn't bad, Billie Eilish?
I don't know.
Like, you sound like it was terrifying. But then it wasn't bad?
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, having COVID is no joke, but
I'm terrified.
I don't think you can say that I would have died, but I just don't want to say that in the grand scheme of COVID, it wasn't bad.
Yeah. like you said, like... It was bad, but then you can't say it's not bad.
But yeah, so...
am I supposed to be scared or not scared?
I don't know.
I don't know how to feel right now.
I was very confused by that. I know. I feel like emotionally I'm sort of like all over the map.
I think I'll still be scared of COVID.
Like, I don't even know whether I should feel bad. Like, did we almost lose Billie Eilish or did we not?
I don't know. I don't think it was bad.
I don't know. But SNL it's a big job, man. When you are not an actor and comedy is not your thing, to go into that world and do hosting as well as musical guests, and it's no joke. And Billie Eilish sort of lays it out here, just how difficult and nerve-wracking it was.
The week of last week, like preparing for SNL is. Nuts, dude. It's literally alien. I mean, I cried every single day of the week. No joke at all. Yeah.
You cried every single day of the week because you felt insecure about acting or acting in a comedy kind of situation? What was the tear?
Yeah. I did actually love to act when I was a kid, but that's not my world, so I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I feel like I'm terrible. I feel like I suck, and the craziest part of the week was on, I think it was Wednesday, the table read, where everybody reads 60, I think maybe 50, 40, a lot of scripts at a table. First of all, it's with the whole cast. So all the scripts that are written, everybody has a part. So I was in all of them. So I had to read my part in all of them. And, you do it for like a few hours, however long it takes, and then there's like a 20-minute break in the middle, and then you do the rest. So you do like 20 scripts, and then stop for a second, and then 20 more. And in the break, I cried and came back. Like, went to the green room, cried, and came back.
So it was bad or wasn't bad, that experience?
Well, no, here's the bad experience. So they keep calling it this in every article, because I hadn't listened to these clips yet with Billie Eilish talking to Howard Stern. And the one word they kept saying was that she was so stressed out from doing Saturday Night Live that it caused, quote, what the word they use is digestive stress.
Digestive stress?
Digestive
stress.
Like
a stomachache?
So this is Billie Eilish explaining what digestive stress is.
I didn't sense nervousness. Were you internally like ready to throw up? Or were you just all of a sudden calm?
You know what's actually funny is that I was ready to throw up. I actually did throw up because of it.
I didn't know that.
Well, I had like a whole... Dude, I had a full body reaction to being anxious about this the whole week. I mean, like, threw up on the plane coming here.
Oh, no.
Had crazy when I got here, like, you would not believe.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, you have to get fully naked on the toilet.
Right. Because it's a mess. Yeah.
I literally did. I don't know. That's never like, that's not a usual thing.
Oh, man.
The kind of digestive stress where you have to get fully naked on the toilet.
Wow.
It's such a mess.
That is stress.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
No, Roz, you got that look on your face again.
What'd I do?
Well, you got something on your mind.
Do I?
Roz and Mocha's Insane Moments! Get it off your chest.
I actually could.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because somebody's on hold right now to say what's on their mind.
I'll give it to them. I think people are sick of hearing from me. I'm sick of hearing from me.
This is where you get to literally get it off your chest. Anything that's on your mind, you need to get out there to the public. Something that maybe you've been holding back on for a while. Maybe you haven't talked to anybody else about it, but you want to talk to us about it. 925-555, or you can call us 416-870-8888. Go ahead.
Well, my vented moment is about teaching this year. And just that it's a bit of a gong show. It's just crazy for students, parents, teachers, everybody involved, supply teachers. My board is doing hybrid learning, so it's like you're being pulled in 67 different directions. We are short supply teachers every single day, so all of our in-school teachers are covering those positions and losing their prep positions. Trying to be, present for the online kids and present for your 20-some-odd kids in class can be mentally draining. And I know everyone was obviously concerned about students maybe being behind academically after everything we've been through in the last 2 years. But I would say that our biggest thing that we're noticing is that there's just a lack of independence and, confidence with these students because they've been home for so long. So I constantly have a long line, of like 10 plus kids at my desk every day asking questions about things I've just explained, but it's like, they've developed almost this sense of anxiety with everything and they want to make sure they're doing well. And they also don't know how to do it on their own anymore. So it's just draining and we're all really tired. A lot of teachers are saying they're June tired and we were saying that in October.
Damn. So how does this get fixed then?
I don't know that there is a fix. Mm-hmm. Hybrid for us was a big deal. We were really hoping they wouldn't go that route. And I can appreciate that you want to be comfortable sending your kid to school and no one wants to put someone in a position where they don't feel safe. But it's hard as a teacher to divide your attention between a computer screen and then the 20 plus kids in your class, right? Like I'll walk away to go help kids in class and then they're dinging for my attention at the computer. So you feel like you're not doing the job that you signed up to do and you're not doing it well enough. And it's hard because everybody who got into this profession, they love students and this is why we did it. And you feel like now you're not doing what you want to do. Does that make sense?
Because you were never prepped for this. You weren't prepped to teach in this kind of manner.
No, not at all. And last year I started in class and I was sent online. So I taught online all year. And even that was like a learning curve, but I was online. Like it was I had 36 kids online last year.
Wow.
But I was in one place with a big group of kids. So being in two places at once, like you go home and you're just exhausted. And it's hard because, like I said in the text I sent, I don't know very many teachers who haven't wanted to do this their whole life. Like for me personally, if you go back to all of my childhood artwork, I've always wanted to be a teacher. And there's so many people that you talk to now and they're contemplating quitting or retiring early because it's you're just so drained. So what the enjoyment's gone.
I have two things I want to know. One, who are you mad at? Are you pissed off at COVID? Are you pissed off at the union? Are you pissed off at the board? Who are you mad at?
I think it's hard, right? I think it was the government who initially said we had to give the option of hybrid. And then the board was the one that went along and decided to do it. Everybody did hybrid last year, or a lot of boards did hybrid last year, and it didn't work. No. And then our board decided to do it this year. So, there's a bit of anger towards the board, I guess.
And then
there's just frustration, really.
Yeah, and again, you can't really blame anybody. It's COVID, and you want people to feel safe and comfortable. But it's just, it's a hard thing to navigate now. And I'm really hoping, honestly, that with the vaccines out and, this is kind of our new norm, unfortunately, that next year we're back to a more regular type school format because it's not what it's supposed to be.
So you got winter break in a couple of days. What is your plan for that?
Sleep.
Hell yeah.
Let's be real. I'll be doing work and I'll be marking, but I'm excited to take the break and be at home and not have to get up and really think about it. I'll miss the kids. I always do, but it's a much needed break. Mental health, and for the kids too. Mental health is a huge thing this year. I have kids having meltdowns because they're so worried about their work. And I'm if I'm not worried, you shouldn't be worried. But, even for us, I'm not a mental health professional and I'm worried about my own mental health. Mm-hmm. But I've got to help these poor kids navigate being back in school and how to do work and how to be independent. So it's a lot.
Wow. Do you feel better now that you got that out in the open?
I do feel better.
Okay,
although
good.
I do it regularly with other teachers. But
okay.
It's still nice.
Yeah. But still, that's what this platform is for. That's what Roz Mocha's Vented Moments is for you to take all those pent up, bottled up feelings and just release it out into the world and say your piece. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was a great idea. Thank you, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Zachary Levi is in a new movie that comes out on Christmas Day called American Underdog. And it's a true story. This has nothing to do with Shazam, which I know we all want to know about, right?
I love that Shazam movie, man.
You know, I still haven't seen it.
Really?
Yeah, I know it's on Netflix.
Shazam is one of the. I was not even remotely looking forward to seeing Shazam. I've never
Really?
been a fan of Shazam. I watched Shazam and love Shazam. I've probably seen Shazam now more than I've seen like a lot of the other sort of superhero movies that have come out in the past 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. Like I've seen Endgame once. I've seen all those other movies once. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy a bunch, but I've seen Shazam probably like 4 or 5 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Zachary Levi would be very happy to hear
It's
that.
awesome. It's so good.
So this movie that he's in, the plot reads like this: the inspirational true story of Kurt Warner, who overcomes years of challenges and setbacks to become a 2-time NFL MVP, Super Bowl champion, and Hall of Fame quarterback. Just when his dreams seem all but out of reach, it's only with the support of his wife, Brenda, and the encouragement of his family, coaches, and teammates that Warner perseveres and finds the strength to show the world the champion that he already is. So David Maurie got a chance to talk to not only Shazam, Zachary Levi, but also the real guy that this movie's about, Kurt Warner. Check this out.
First of all, I got to say this movie was absolutely fantastic. It's, just one of those amazing stories that we need right now. And Kurt, I got to ask you this. When looking for, I guess, to help out, to find somebody to play you, was it your intention to find somebody so sexy to be you?
Excuse me.
Yeah. That was my intention, or maybe more so my wife's intention. I think anybody, that hears they may make a movie about your life, the first thing that goes into it is like, okay, get somebody more talented and somebody better looking than me, because this is going to live forever. So you got to make sure that those are 2 requirements that you hit. So yeah, that was definitely a part of it. You want to make sure that you get somebody that makes you look really, really good, because it's going to live forever.
Why not?
So true. That's so true, though.
Makes the most amount of sense.
And when you get a chance or a couple of minutes to talk to Zachary Levi about this movie, American Underdog, you can't not ask him questions about the new Shazam movie, right?
We got to wait longer for Shazam. And you've been quoted as saying that part 2 might be better than the previous one.
Look, basically everybody came back from the first one, our director, our writer, our cast. I mean, I think that we all learned so much from the first one. We all enjoyed making the first one, and we genuinely, I think, did make something very special. And so we just tried to keep moving forward in that direction. Don't try to get so, a lot of sophomore efforts, whether they're movies or TV shows or albums or whatever. It's like, we got to make it bigger and better. It's got to be 10 times better and 10 times better. And it loses the heart of what it was. And I don't think we did that. I think we maintained what made it special and just got to make that, amplify that a little bit. So I think people will be stoked.
There you go.
I can't wait for Shazam 2, bro.
That is Zachary Levi and Kurt Warner. The new movie is called American Underdog, in theaters on Christmas Day.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Ella, hello, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hi! Oh my God.
Wow. You're really stressed, huh? What's going on? What's happening with you? Why are you talking to us?
Nervous. I am talking to you because, oh my God, I am meeting my boyfriend's daughter for the first time.
You are meeting your boyfriend's daughter for the first time. Yeah, you was this. Roz Mocha, FML, Fix My Life. I have never met a guy's kid before. I had been single a long time and have dated guys with kids, but it's never reached this point before. We've met each other's families, friends, and colleagues, but this is on a whole other level, and I'm freaking out. How old's the daughter?
How old?
Almost 7.
Okay. And how long have you been with the guy for?
Just over 4 months.
Okay. So what makes you nervous about meeting the 7-year-old?
It's a totally different age than I'm used to. I mean, little kids I am fantastic with. Tweens I can get on a good level with. This is an age I have zero experience with. He has never introduced her to a girlfriend before either. In the about 5 years he's been split from her mom. And I have no idea how to approach the situation. We're meeting on Christmas Day. He doesn't want me to buy her a gift. I have no idea where to go with any of this.
What does the kid know about you?
Not really a whole lot. Like, she's just sort of asked a few questions about what I'm like, what I do, if I'm a nice person.
Does she know that you're the girlfriend?
Yes, she does.
She does, eh?
Why Christmas Day? Why not before? Christmas Day seems like
it's a big thing.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it could be a very emotional day, right? Like, this is the day that she presumably would be spending with her dad. Why?
Yes.
Why specifically Christmas?
Well, we do live a little bit far away. Like, he drives every single weekend to see his daughter, but we both live about 4 hours from where she does.
Oh, okay. Is there any chance that you guys can meet, I guess, within the next 2 weeks before Christmas?
We've tried to work something out, but it does not look like that's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who have been through exactly what you're going through. And there's a few things that have worked for a great number of women in your position. Some of the advice is, one, like, don't do it at the place where the kid lives, right? Or if she's staying with the dad, don't do it at the dad's house. Keep it neutral. A place where, is out in the world, and keep it short. That's my advice for something like this, is to keep it nice and short. And you want a 7-year-old. 7-year-olds are a weird age, and you're right about that. But the one thing 7-year-olds are is they're honest. And I think that you have to take the kid's honesty into consideration. And that's why we were asking whether she knows if you're the girlfriend or not. Because if you're introduced as the dad's friend, kids tend to be able to be a little bit more honest about what they think, especially at 7. When you're 7, you understand what a girlfriend is. And the kid may not feel that they can be or have an honest conversation with the dad, knowing out of the gate that the woman that I just met was, that you're in love with her, right? And that's tough for a kid. It's really tough for a kid because they feel that they don't have a say in anything, or that their opinion won't matter. And I don't know what your relationship is like with this guy, but I would not go out of your way to seem very coupley.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Because especially on Christmas Day, it's already going to be an emotional time for that 7-year-old, having somebody else who she's never met before sharing that special day now with her father.
Yes, and he had talked about us like I'm meeting at her grandparents' house.
Mm-hmm.
And he had suggested that we go together, and I went, no, I think like you should go, have your couple hours with her first, and then maybe like I'll come later in the afternoon, spend a little bit of time together.
But why don't they just leave the house and come and meet you somewhere? I guess it's Christmas Day. What the hell are you going to do? Nothing's open.
We don't want to spend too much time on the road either. I mean, Christmas Day is a little bit crazy, and people drive like maniacs.
I think slow and casual is the way to go. Right. I don't think that you need to make some sort of like big impression or think that you need to win her over. But how all in on this relationship are you?
So far, I'm pretty all in. I mean, at this point, I've been single basically 5 years. I haven't really been in anything serious in a really long time, and neither is he. And we've both sort of just fallen into this head over heels in a way neither of us expected to, having met each other online.
Do you want to get married?
One day.
Do you want to be a stepmother?
Be happy to be.
Okay. I would say keep it slow, keep it casual. The number one priority with both of you going into this, if you are all in, right? The number one priority is that kid. And it's going to be that kid for the rest of, your life, basically, if you are as committed as you say you are. And there is no need to rush anything. It could literally be, a half hour on a toboggan hill. And that's it. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. You don't have to try and bond. You don't have to sit and have a conversation. 7-year-old is probably going to ignore you. Right. And you're and you're probably going to feel terrible about yourself, and that she doesn't like you and all this stuff. I would give yourself an opportunity to get to like meeting 2, 3, and maybe even 4 before the kid can even really figure you out.
Okay.
Right. That's why I was saying short little bursts.
Okay.
That I think is the best way to do this.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I think I'm definitely overthinking the whole idea of like making a big impression on her, and making sure she likes me, and how do I approach it, and what do I get her, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, don't worry about any of that. The only thing that you guys have to worry about is just not screwing her up.
I do know that. You say that all the time. I listen to your show and your podcast all day, every day, basically. And I know the one thing you always say is the only job is do not screw the kid up.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's your job.
Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys.
You got it, Ella.
Yes.
All the
I
best.
feel so much better. Thank you.
You're the
Merry
best.
Christmas, girl.
Merry Christmas.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
On Kiss.
You remember last week when Chrissy Teigen was on Ellen talking about getting tattoos?
Yes.
Their daughter, Luna, drew a picture. It was like drawing on their arms, her and her husband, John Legend. Well, here's Chrissy Teigen telling Ellen.
Luna was drawing on us one night, and then she was like, she's like, I love this. This is the best butterfly I've ever drawn. I was like, I agree. And then she drew a beautiful like floral bouquet on John's arm. He was like, I'll tattoo mine if you tattoo yours. And I was like, well, I don't want to say it, but yours looks a lot better than mine. But we support the arts in our household, so
he got one of the flowers.
He didn't even end up getting it.
Oh no!
So he took a picture of it, and he was like, "I'll take this to Winterstone, the guy he does like our single needle tattoos," and he was like, I'll take a picture of it and then I'll go get it done. And then I went and got mine done. He never went and got his done.
No.
So people were like all reaching out to John Legend, like, what up, man? How you going to scam like that?
So Chrissy Teigen got the tattoo, right?
And John Legend did not until this weekend. Guess who
he
ended up getting the tattoo? Here's a picture of it. And he posted on stories just the audio of the tattoo being done.
It's happening. Finally keeping my promise.
He said, it's happening, finally keeping my promise.
Wow.
So he ended up getting the tattoo that that his daughter drew that he originally said. And it was his idea. He was the one that brought it up with Chrissy Teigen. Like, yo, I'll get my tattooed if you get yours done.
Man, if Chrissy's didn't look as good as that one, what does Chrissy's look like? Because that doesn't look like any flowers I've ever seen.
It's a kid. How old is that kid? Like 4 or 5 years old?
Well, whatever. Listen, man. Okay. Once it's a tattoo, it becomes art, which means I can critique.
Yeah. Okay, how old are you?
It's happening.
Where did he get it? Do we know? On his arm?
Finally keeping my promise.
Yeah, he got it on his arm. I think I was on his
Are you
forearm.
going to do that? You're going to let your boy draw something?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He's got like so many, because he draws all the time.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot that if I wanted to, I could take something else that he's done as opposed to something that he's drawn on me.
You should get him to draw a picture of you.
No.
No?
No.
No?
You know, he drew our family not that long ago.
Yeah. How'd you come out?
I think my eyes were on like the outside of my head or something.
Like a fish?
So, yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Eric, what up?
What up, Mocha? Holy, it's been a while since I talked to you, sir.
Oh, when was the last time we spoke?
Oh, months ago. Maybe even a year. Over a year.
Oh,
okay. So it's not like we're not talking like from way back in the day kind of thing.
No.
So like summertime.
By no means are we friends from a different time.
Oh, okay. So this isn't like some long lost pal we're talking to.
No, definitely not.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it's kind of your loss, but it's okay.
Wow.
All right. Eric coming in hot. So what can we do for you today, brother?
I just want to know, you guys wake up so early every single day. Like, what's the secret? How do you guys do it? Sometimes you say you guys go to bed at like 9, 10 o'clock, and you guys are up at 2 or 3. Like,
oh, no. Correction. That's Roz that goes to bed at like 10, 11 o'clock. I'm usually in bed anytime between like 7:30 and 8.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and Roz, like, throughout history, you've just, like, never been a go to bed early. Like, you can survive on, like, 4 hours of sleep, right?
Yeah, before we started doing this show, I was sleeping 5 hours a night, but I would go to bed at, like, 2 and wake up at, like, 7.
Yeah.
Right? And then now I go to bed at, like, 10:45, 11, and wake up at, like, 3:45, 4. Right? Somewhere.
But don't you fall asleep on the couch,
there.
like, earlier than that,
Yeah,
though?
sometimes
like,
I do.
dinner?
Like, last night I did. Catherine was rubbing my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell asleep on the couch.
Oh, what time was it? Do you remember?
I fell asleep at about, it was about 10:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was about 10:30.
And then 11 o'clock, you got up and went
She
to bed.
finished watching whatever we were watching and then woke me up at 10 after 11, and then I zombie walked my way to the basement.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've been trying this week to do something where no TV at night.
Okay.
And I go to bed, I read a few pages, and try and fall asleep super early, trying to see what Mocha feels
People
like.
swear by that.
But the problem, I fall asleep at by like 9.
Yeah.
But all this week upstairs, they've been having relations, and they have a really squeaky bed, and it wakes me up.
Oh, so you almost need to put
How thin are your walls?
I know, bro. You live in a condo. Like, that's concrete.
Everything.
Yeah.
I hear everything.
Really?
Everything.
Really?
Yeah. I hear the guy upstairs pee.
What?
We can hear him him pee.
Really? Like, just like, is it a regular pee or just particularly heavy stream?
Long pee. And it's
Really?
coming from, it sounds like it has a long distance to travel.
Well, like, you think he's stunt pees?
He's trying to pee into your toilet, you think? Unit to unit? I remember when I lived in a apartment building when I lived in Kitchener, Ontario for a while.
Yeah.
And the people above, and the walls were definitely thin, right?
Really?
Yeah, definitely thin. And the people above were trying to have a baby, is what I suspect.
Yeah.
Because at all hours of the day and night,
right.
bedroom, family room, kitchen, like I could hear them going at it all the time. And eventually they had the baby.
This doesn't sound like what I'm going through. Doesn't sound like baby making.
Oh,
It sounds
okay.
like sort of like get her done quick making.
Yeah, I also don't think that you were listening to baby. Oftentimes when people are trying for a kid, they don't go to the kitchen.
Well,
I think I think it was just a numbers game at that point.
Oh, okay,
right,
gotcha,
where
yeah.
a baby just happened to happen, right? But normally, when people are trying for a baby, they don't go to the kitchen.
Listen, I'm just saying, this is where I was standing in my apartment and I could hear through the walls.
But condos are like, that's a concrete floor above
Yeah,
you.
yours was was a condo. Mine was like a straight up old school
apartment building.
We
Gotcha.
have like venting systems or something.
So you
where
just hear it through the HVAC
There's like
system.
5 units down. If they're having a gathering, I could hear it.
Through the HVAC system.
Yeah.
You just
Damn.
hear it through the
Everything.
vents.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know if that answers your question, Eric, just about going to bed early and stuff. It kind of conversation
That's literally-
detoured a little bit.
literally key.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's great. That's the first time I've actually talked to Maurie. Well, listen to Maurie on the phone. Jesus.
I don't know what he said, but it sounded like a diss.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Eric, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for calling in to the show. We appreciate you. Hope you have a great day. And before we let you go, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Ooh, this question. I've been thinking about it for a long time. Oh, man, it has to be Roz. It has to be.
Has to be. I
Why?
agree.
Why does it have to be? Yeah.
It has. Okay, you're funny. You're a funny guy. I get it. But Roz is just a stone cold killer. Like, oh man, you just listen to this guy. You see him on ET, and it's just like that's the guy you're listening to. Like, Roz is the man. He's the man.
There you go.
Well, I can't argue with that, man.
Stone cold killer. That's what they call him in the streets.
Yeah. The amount of times I've heard that. Woo!
Thank you, Eric.
Have a good one, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I have 2 pieces of audio for Mariah Carey to play for you real quick.
Okay.
Maurie's losing his mind. Biggest Mariah fan out there. One of them. I think your husband, Dan Matthew, would argue that. Who's the bigger Mariah fan between you and Dan Matthew? You
Matthew
are.
is definitely
Matthew.
Definitely
Okay.
Matthew.
So I don't know how long this particular clip has been in existence, but I heard it for the very first time today.
Okay.
Which is the isolated vocals of All I Want for Christmas.
Oh.
Which is like the top of everybody's playlist, right? It's so synonymous with Christmas. You can't go through the holiday season without blasting Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. This is what that sounds like, isolated.
I hear those sleigh bells ringing. Santa, won't you bring me the one I really need? Won't you please bring my baby to me? Oh, I don't want a lot for Christmas. This is all I'm asking for. I just want to see my baby standing right outside my door. Oh, I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. Oh, baby, all I want for Christmas is you.
Okay. So,
wow.
Okay. I get it. You like Mariah.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, that's 96 Mariah,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
That's not today Mariah.
Yeah.
But
You want us
still.
to start comparing 96 Maury? Okay. All right.
How do we get that guy back?
That's incredible.
One of the
Sounds
greatest,
dynamite.
yes. And back in the day, like one of the greatest to ever do it. But she did an interview recently with E! News that's making the rounds right now. And you know Mariah's singing voice, her capability, and more importantly, the catalog.
Mm-hmm.
And a question is brought up with Mariah Carey that has been brought up a lot more, I'd say, in the past year or so. And then listen to her response.
I also have to ask you, because you're always trending, but L.A. Reid, big-time record executive L.A. Reid, suggested that he would love to see you and Beyonce in a Verzuz battle. Should that opportunity present itself, would you be open to it? And who would win that between music royalty?
Stop. That's the worst. I'm sorry. I love you, Rebecca, but no, we can't ask that question. First of all, I love Beyonce, and I admire her so much as a performer for what she's done for the world and everything else. So I ain't answering that question. Because how am I supposed to, I'll be disrespecting myself. And I'm not going to do that because it's Christmas time.
Explain to people what a Verzuz battle is.
Verzuz was started by two producers, Timberland and Swizz Beatz, where you take two iconic either artists or groups from the same era,
right?
Where
At
they've
their
released,
peak.
where they've released music and or albums in and around the same time.
Right.
Catalog is very deep. They go against each other. One artist will pick 20 songs, or it's 10 songs, and the other artist will pick 10 songs, your greatest songs, your best songs that you feel the audience would be able to vote on, who would have the better performance, the better catalog.
Gotcha.
Right? The better career. So if you were to take Mariah Carey and her catalog of music, put it up against Beyonce and Beyonce's catalog of music,
right?
Who would win in that one particular
Beyonce
battle?
solo, or does she get to dip into Destiny's Child?
Here's the thing. Beyonce would get to use Destiny's Child
She
stuff.
would.
Yes. Mariah Carey, on the other hand, would also be able to use not only her own music, but if she's been a featured artist on another artist or another group song, she'd be able to dip into that as well. Who would win in a battle between Mariah Carey and Beyonce? I'm not going to ask them, Maurie, because I know you're already going to say
Beyonce.
Maurie said Beyonce.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Maurie said Beyonce. Shem, what do you say?
That's tough because with Beyonce being able to use Destiny's Child records, I think that tilts the favor to her a little bit.
Exactly. So do I.
You also got to think about this. The Verzuz crowd love nostalgia, right? They love nostalgia. And that actually could help out Mariah Carey because Mariah Carey she's got hits with Boys to Men. She's got her own, solo stuff. She's produced for people. She's written for people. ODB, absolutely. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to go Mariah.
See, really? I stay with Beyonce. I'm sorry. I just think that Beyonce's nostalgia, as you were saying,
I'm going to say Beyonce gets my vote.
I don't know. I think I'm with Shem on this one.
I go Mariah. And you know what? I love Beyonce solo stuff, and I'm not trying to mess with the Beehive, but I just think that Mariah's solo hits are just so iconic that it would be really tough for Beyonce to match that.
Let me just plead the case for as why fans would be swayed for Mariah. Okay, is that I think that if it were Beyonce has been continuously releasing stuff that has been massive, but massive within the Beyonce super fans, right? And I think that Beyonce's mistake would be dipping into new music. And I think that Beyonce would stack like maybe a couple of songs that are new. And when I say new, I mean within the last decade, right? And I think that Beyonce and Mariah Carey would stick to older stuff. And I think that if you put something new-ish from Beyonce up against a classic Mariah will win every time.
Yes, Verzuz is about nostalgia, and people will love. And again, Beyonce's got the Destiny's Child records, no doubt about that.
Here's the takeaway, though.
Yeah,
Mariah said to E! News that she doesn't even want to have the discussion.
Right, but that doesn't mean
she's
we
scared.
can't.
That means she's scared.
No.
She don't want no smoke with Beyonce.
No, I don't. I highly disagree with that.
I'll tell you something.
I highly disagree with that.
I think Beyonce would vote Mariah.
I'll tell you, I don't think either of them want to see Rihanna. And I know that might sound crazy, but Rihanna got hits for days on days.
See if somebody asks Mariah about that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, let's talk about Skater Boy real quick.
Huh? Skater Boy?
Skater Boy's in the news, man.
What? This song?
Yeah, I guess because there's a few shows on like Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that that sort of like lean heavy on this era. And Skater Boy shows up a lot, right? You hear it quite frequently.
And Avril Lavigne just did an interview talking about how she is ready to finally take Skater Boy up a notch, if you can believe that. So here's a
Like
quick
a remix?
No. Better than a remix.
Okay.
Better. So listen to this.
Skater Boy is also off my first album. And this, to this day, is like one of my favorite songs to play live. And recently, with it being almost the 20th anniversary, a lot of people have been asking me to play this song on some TV shows. So I feel like it keeps getting brought back up, and people always reference it to me. And I'm actually going to turn this song into a film.
What?
And so, like, take it to the next level.
No, hold on a second. Avril Lavigne is turning Skater Boy into a movie?
I guess Skater Boy the movie.
What?
Can you play the clip of the song for me again?
Yes.
He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? He was a punk.
Because I'm going through this list here, and they did a study where they analyzed runners, right, to try and figure out what music and what artists make you run faster, improve your speed time. And when I think of this, I think of stuff like this, right?
Sure, up tempo, fast.
Thank you.
Right? Gets the adrenaline going a bit.
Right?
Sure.
Like if I say to you, you got to listen to songs that would improve your speed, that would sort of pump you up to the point of where you could actually do like a kilometer in less time than you had previously done. Like, who are you immediately thinking of?
Like Beyonce. Like, a lot of her tracks, her up-tempo tracks are like anthems. Beyonce has anthems.
Really, huh?
Yeah. Beyonce, DMX for me.
See, so let me go through this list with you, because I was like, first of all, I was like, you guys, you got to be kidding me with this list.
Okay.
So here is the list of artists that make you run faster.
Because you exercise so much?
Yes.
You don't agree?
No, listen, I can have an opinion on this without actually doing it. Okay. I don't have to know how to make wine to know that I don't like it.
Oh, wow.
So here's the artists that I guess, according to this, make you run faster. They analyzed the data of 60 runs when the runners were listening to different artists. Okay. So the artists that made you run slower. Okay. So the artists that made you run slower, they did not improve your time, or actually you came in.
Taylor Swift, I bet.
Okay. So Drake is number one on that list.
Oh, I could see that. Sure.
BTS.
Oh, wow.
Doja Cat. Nicki Minaj. And Katy Perry. Those are all the artists that are going to make you run slower.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the artists that are going to make you run faster. Okay? And I was like spitting up my coffee like with almost every single one of these. Okay, so Cardi B's on the list, number 15. Travis Scott, I guess. I don't know. I've never heard a Travis Scott song before. Lady Gaga is on the list of artists that'll make you run faster. Billie Eilish.
No.
Gonna
Billie
make you run
Eilish would be on the
faster?
slow list for me.
Okay, Kanye West.
Yes, I could see that. Stronger by Kanye? Yeah.
Okay, Justin Bieber.
No, I would put him on the slow list.
Olivia Rodrigo.
No, slow list.
Okay, she's number 9 on the list.
She is?
Ed Sheeran.
No, he's on the other list.
Okay, Rihanna.
Yes, I would say Rihanna.
Shawn Mendes.
No, other list.
Taylor Swift at number 5.
No, other list.
Adele at number 4.
What?
Okay.
Not on this list, not even on the other list.
Okay. There was a 19-second improvement over a kilometer when people were listening to Adele.
Artists?
No, specifically Adele. Britney Spears, number 3 on the list. You shaved 28 seconds off your kilometer.
Yes, I can agree with Britney.
Really,
Some of those up-tempo tracks, yes.
At number 2, Harry Styles.
No, he's on the other list.
Harry Styles at number 2 on the list.
List.
And number 1 on the list, which you agree with, I do not, Beyonce.
Why do you not agree with Beyonce?
I don't know. I don't think of to me, that's not running music.
What do you want to say, Deepa? Deepa's like over in her chair, like.
Yeah, are you reading the right list? Because none of these sound accurate whatsoever.
Thank you. That's what I was just saying.
Yeah,
I don't believe a single one of them.
Number 1 for me is Sean Paul.
Sean DePaul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how is he not on this list? I feel like all of his songs are bangers. I'm going off of my own Spotify list, to be honest. So I was surprised that he's not on this list.
Yeah. Who else did you put on the list?
It would be a lot of like dance hall artists, to be honest.
Okay.
Like a shake of your rumpa kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotcha.
bust a wine type of
You know what I
stuff.
mean? Like, what do you mean? What do I mean?
What'd you say?
What do I mean? What did I say? I said nothing.
I honestly didn't hear what you
Maurie,
said.
what do you want to say? I'm just kidding. I was trying to get out of this as fast as I can. I don't want to go back to what I said.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It is so sexy outside right now.
I know. I can't even believe it.
It's already 13 degrees.
Yeah.
And 16 is the high
Yeah.
today. Chance of showers in the afternoon. Here's the thing, though. Even with the good comes the bad, because they're saying it's going to be windy as hell, and look out for or be prepared for potential power outages.
I saw a woman. Remember last weekend when it was real windy?
Yeah.
Like crazy windy?
Yes.
I saw a woman standing in a corner, and she had her baby in her arm, and she was sort of one arm pushing the empty stroller. It was just like a walking stroller. And the wind caught it, and the stroller went up in the air, like her arm extended all the way up, and then it came back down.
Wow.
Like it shot her stroller into the air.
Did you ask her if she was okay?
No.
Oh.
Light turned green.
Oh.
No, she was fine. She was fine.
Yeah,
Nobody got her. I could tell, right? She doesn't need a hero at that point. You know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Ma'am, you good?
No. No. She doesn't need that.
Right.
She didn't need that. She was fine.
She got the baby in the stroller. She's good?
Man, listen, she went through 10 things that were worse than that in that day, I'm sure. Right? That's just what moms and babies have to go through.
Yeah.
She does not need a hero. She does not need somebody coming up to try and be like the savior. Right? She's got it.
So you guys prepared at home just in case?
For what, the wind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I strapped the house down this morning. I don't know.
For power
what the
outages
hell
and
do you
stuff.
mean?
Do you have flashlights all over the place? And
no, we have candles. We have flashlights. Yeah, I have an 11-year-old, so of course we have flashlights, right?
Yeah.
I just got to go digging for them. We don't have like a centralized flashlight drawer. Like we're not that family.
Oh, we do.
Right? No, we have. I have a blowtorch and we have candles, which will get us through everything.
No, we have flashlights in various parts of the home.
Yeah.
Depending on when and if the power goes out.
Yes.
Then I know exactly. When I'm in that room, I know where to go get the flashlight.
Right. Like I have, when we go out to the country, that place, I have things strategically hidden all over the house.
Yeah.
Because it's so dark there that if the power went out on the inside and I went outside, you still wouldn't see outside, right?
Sure.
That's how dark it is.
There's no difference.
There's no difference, right? But no.
And you have those flashlights for the cottage, right?
Yeah. The tactical flashlights.
Yeah, 10,000 lumens.
Bro, it's great. Yeah.
100,000 lumens.
I could see in your house from my house. And you know what I mean? You live in a different city than I do.
3 hours away.
But no, it's the wind is bananas, but we're not I'm never the sort of we need to be prepared for this stuff. I have a gas stove, right? That's all really I need. I can still cook.
Yeah.
That's it. And the last time we had a power outage, I had just gone to the grocery store and I came home and, I made a full dinner.
Wow.
While the power was out.
Wow.
Like a full dinner while the power was out.
Yeah, more.
Wait, so my mind is blown right now because I've never thought about this till just now. So if the power goes out, I can't turn on my stove?
Do you have a gas stove?
No, it's electric.
No, you cannot turn on the stove.
I've never thought about that till just now.
What are you talking about? What do you think runs the power?
I know, but I've never thought that if there's no electricity, my electric stove wouldn't work.
Dan, the lights don't work. Thank God we got the magic stove.
It's never crossed my mind.
You know what I mean? It's never crossed your mind.
Never.
But you guys are in the condo. Chances are, realistically, if the power goes out, hopefully, we're not in a situation where we're going days without.
No.
It'll be a few hours.
No, yeah.
We've had the
6,
power
7
go out
hours.
once, and the only candles we have are penis-shaped candles.
Right.
That is all we have.
And they're precious, so you did not want to light them, or
no,
you
we
did?
we lit them, but they're
Yeah.
so tiny, the penises go out.
Tiny candles, right?
Right. You know what I mean?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, man.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you had some bad news.
No, that's like me in a great mood. Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready?
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Oh, the most admired people in the world. I love a year-end list. Thank you, Maurie. It is not me. I did not make this year's list, unfortunately. Barack and Michelle Obama
always
are
next
the
year.
most admired man and woman in the world. I got a lot of work to do before I can touch this list. I'm surprised I can even read this list.
Yeah, get the man some glasses. Dear Santa.
So the top 10 most admired women, according to an annual poll by YouGov.com. As we said, Barack Obama's on there. Bill Gates is on there. The Chinese premier's on there. Cristiano Ronaldo is on there. Jackie Chan is on there.
Oh, wow.
Elon Musk, Lionel Messi, the Prime Minister of India. Vladimir Putin is on there.
As the most admired?
As the most admired, yeah.
Wow.
Because you have to understand that this is a global poll, right?
Oh, sure,
and
yeah.
although people in the United States may not have a favorable opinion of Vladimir Putin or the Chinese premier, however, other people in other parts of the world adore them.
Of course.
And then on the women's side, so aside from Michelle Obama, Mocha, who would you say, as far as the most admired women in the world, who would you say made that list?
Other than Michelle Obama.
Yeah, she's number one.
Beyonce.
Nope.
Entertainment?
There are, yes.
Entertainment? Lady Gaga.
No.
Taylor Swift.
Yes, she's on the list.
Okay. Angelina Jolie.
Yes, she's right below Michelle Obama.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Angelina Jolie, the queen is on there. What do you mean the queen of? The queen.
Beyonce.
No.
Oh.
Queen Elizabeth.
Oh. Only one queen in my life, bro.
Wow.
My wife.
Oh, yes. Good call.
Hey.
Good call. Wow. We almost moved on, too. You know what I mean? We almost left that there, and then you would have thought about it in 30 seconds.
I know. Hey, guys, can we go back to that thing?
Okay.
We go back to that list? I have an answer.
Oprah is on the list. Scarlett Johansson is on the list. Emma Watson. Yes, you said Taylor Swift. Former German Chancellor Angela Merkel is on the list. Malala is on the list. And Priyanka Chopra is on the list. So those are your most admired men and women. And there is, as we said, only one queen. Right, Mocha?
My wife, Jenna.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Chris Noth.
What? Quick note or Chris Noth?
Chris Noth.
Quick note.
What?
You saying quick note?
How's that? No, Chris Noth.
Oh, okay. Chris Noth.
Well, this started off terribly.
That's what she said.
Chris Noth
And
is
just like that.
explaining, and just like that, Chris Noth is explaining or trying to answer the question that a lot of people had with that scene in Sex and the City where he dropped dead after taking a Peloton class.
Chris Noth sent out a quick note?
Yes.
To everybody?
Okay. So, God, because the question was, why the hell didn't Carrie call 911? Because she walks in, he's sitting on the floor in the shower, fully clothed, alive. And they lock eyes. Yes, and they lock eyes, and she runs over to him and cradles him, and they just stare at each other, and then he dies, right? Like,
spoiler alert.
Yeah. Because he's like, he dies. And everybody's like, why didn't Carrie call 911 immediately?
Yeah.
And like, shows have been interviewing like cardiologists and stuff like this, where they were now weighing in saying, well, given what we know, and he probably would have died anyway, regardless of 911.
But still,
But
coulda
still,
helped.
right? So
That's
people,
your man's right
people are
there.
very pissed off that Carrie didn't call 911. So Chris Noth was doing an interview with Vogue, and he was talking about how he was talking to the creator of the show, Michael Patrick King. And he goes, one thing Michael and I agreed on, we both called it the Bonnie and Clyde moment, which is that moment when Bonnie and Clyde are about to be eviscerated by bullets. They have to look at each other. Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway, they both know it's the end. Exactly. He's referring to an old movie. He goes on to say, we knew that we had to have it that way, that I just shouldn't die alone in the bathroom. There had to be that last moment and no words, no corny dialogue, just a look. And I thought they did that beautifully. It was very important for both of us to find a way to have that last moment together, not that she walks in and finds me dead in the bathroom. That was essential for me to come back. And the rest is just chemistry with Sarah Jessica Parker. We've known each other for a long time. All things end, and it was time for him to go, unless we're going to be doing scenes from a marriage, Sex in the City style. He said there was nowhere to go but 6 feet under. So,
and just like that, he's gone.
Right, and just like that, he's gone. But yeah, so I guess that,
Chris Noth, thanks for that quick note.
Right.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Matthew McConaughey was on with Jimmy Fallon last night, and McConaughey last week had made it official that he would not be seeking to become governor of Texas. He released his own video at the time, but he goes into a little bit more detail as to why politics ain't for him on Fallon.
You were nice enough to zoom into us when we couldn't get any guests anywhere. No one's allowed to travel or do anything. But there was talk of you maybe running for governor of Texas. And you recently decided to not run for governor.
Yes.
Can you walk us through that decision?
Well, it was a 2-year consideration that I came to the decision really over the last couple of months. And I was asking myself the original question and trying to answer how and where and what can I do to be most useful to myself, to my family, and to the most amount of people. The embassy, the category of politics came up, and it's a privileged one that I gave great consideration to. But at this point in my life, with the things I've got, a 13-year-old, 11-year-old, and an 8-year-old, the life I'm living right now, the storytelling I want to keep doing, it's not the category for me at this point in my life.
It's still not ruling out future?
I'm not until I am.
Okay.
Someone told me that was a very McConaughey answer the other day.
I'm not until I am. It's very,
Great. So you're saying there's a chance.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Aubrey Plaza, who is hysterical on talk shows, and recently over the pandemic got married. And so this is Aubrey Plaza telling Ellen about how she managed to pull off an impromptu wedding. Listen to this.
No. We got a little bored one night.
And then you got married.
We got married, and I'll tell you how. onehourmarriage.com. That's real.
What?
Look it up.
Okay. Okay. So that's good. So that cured the boredom.
Yeah, well, it was our 10-year anniversary. We were in the lockdown. As you know, things got a little crazy, especially in my house. My husband got really into tie-dyeing. And when I say into tie-dyeing, I mean 50 shirts a day. And I just said, hey, it's our 10-year anniversary. We should do something. Get an ice cream cone or, do something special. And then I joked about getting married. And he's like, well, we probably couldn't get married that fast. And I said, well, wouldn't it be nice to get married on our actual anniversary? And then I Googled it. And I found onehourmarriage.com. And then I called around 5 p.m. and I said, can you come in an hour and marry me in our yard? And he said, how about tomorrow? And I said, well, that's not what you're advertising. And then he said, all right, I'll come. And I'll be there in 2 hours. And I said, sold. My now husband went and picked up food from some restaurant because we had already ordered food. That was just he almost missed the wedding because he had to wait so long for the order. And then the man from Alhambra showed up in a Hawaiian shirt with a briefcase.
Wow.
I can't remember a lot of it. It was fuzzy. But I'm pretty sure it's legal.
I'm on their website right now.
Are you?
Yeah. We issue confidential marriage license.
What
we will
does that
receive
mean?
a same-day proof of your marriage certificate. Just bring current ID.
What does a confidential marriage license mean?
Available 7 days a week by appointment. Same-day marriage is possible. No witnesses necessary.
Wow.
LGBTQ couples welcome. We speak English, Mandarin, and Spanish. 1 hour marriage. Marriage license, ceremonies, green cards, and immigration.
See, I would say that anybody who is needing to get married within the hour is doing so for reasons other than love. Right? It's like somebody's got to testify.
Right.
And
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And a spouse can't testify against a spouse.
You know, like it's a reason like somebody's going to the joint, somebody's about to die, somebody's about to inherit something, whatever it may be.
There's nothing more romantic than spontaneity.
Well, yeah, but
sometimes you're just sitting around. You're like, "How about now?"
Yeah, but I don't know if there's a lot of
also you do things quick so people don't change their mind.
How about?
I'm sure they also offer annulments.
Yeah, exactly.
In 30 minutes, probably.
It's a real website, though, huh?
Yeah, it's onehourmarriage.com.
Really?
With the number 1.
Yeah.
Hourmarriage.com.
That's apparently they come in 2 days.
Yo, hold on a second. Now I got to delete this from my history.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your girl's going to open that up.
Don't say girl, say wife.
Wife, sorry, your wife.
Bro, come on.
Look, you know what I mean. I don't think that's offending anybody.
Okay, delete it.
Right?
Hasn't Mocha learned how to private browse?
What?
Hasn't Mocha learned how to private browse?
Maury, don't bring your. Listen, man.
I could do a
Your
master
devious
class.
ways. I know. Maury's gonna do a. You're gonna do a master class with the learning annex. The learning annex on a Wednesday. Tops master class. Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You are holding on to a ticket for a Raptors or Leaf game over the holidays. You can expect an email today from MLSE. As of Saturday, any indoor venue that holds more than 1,000 people is going to be slashed to 50% capacity. That is the new limit. MLSE says that they are trying to figure out plans, and they are going to reach out to ticket holders over the next 24 hours. They're also, I guess, not messing around with their masking policy. It's being dubbed Operation Mask Up or Out. Ooh. Any fan who refused to wear a mask when not eating or drinking when approached by arena staff will be kicked out of the building. That's silly to me. Then just don't serve food or drinks. Keep people masked up. I don't understand that. Like, if you're, it makes, that is the one thing that makes no sense. And somebody has to say, other people have said it. It makes no sense.
Take a sip. So mask down. Take a sip of your drink.
No. If you are sitting there with a beer and a hot dog, you can be maskless.
Okay.
While you're eating and drinking.
Yes.
But once you're done, you got to put your mask back on. But if the guy beside you is not eating or drinking and takes his mask off, he's out.
What if I make that hot dog last 3 hours?
That's what I'm saying. That's like the guy on the flight who bought one of those little cans of Pringles, counted the Pringles, figured out how many bites per Pringle, and then had his mask off for the entire 5-hour flight because he made one tiny can of Pringles last.
Hashtag math.
Right?
And I want to know, and I'm sure they'll announce this today, MLSE. God. But how are they going to determine? Is it lottery based?
Yeah, it's going to be
how are they going to determine who gets that call or gets that email saying that you can't come to the game?
It's going to be like the Hunger Games. Right? Well,
Like show up and everyone fist fight?
Yeah. Obviously, what they're going to do is they're going to take the bottom half of the list, everybody who didn't pay the most for their tickets. Okay? Those people aren't allowed to the game. Then they're going to take the 50% who pay the most for their tickets, and they're going to sort of spread them out all over the arena.
So lower bowl.
Ish. Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
And spread them out.
Yeah.
So if you bought tickets for like the 300s.
Right.
You pay that 300s
I guess.
level price.
Yeah.
Chances are you're not going to the game.
I would say that that's what would make the most sense to me. But I don't know if they're giving refunds. I don't actually think they are giving refunds. So maybe it wouldn't be that. Maybe it would be a lottery. Because I think that they're just going to say once things go back to normal, we'll try and get you into another game. So, but like every game is sold out. Yeah. Right. So where do you put the people? Like, what do you do?
Like
it's going to have to come down to refunds. I don't know, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The best part about this whole Matrix Revelations, or what is that? I don't remember what it's called. Revelations, something like that. Resurrection, thank you. Is that Keanu Reeves is doing a ton of interviews, and Keanu Reeves is just the best. You know the meme where it's Keanu, sad Keanu, where he's sitting on the park bench, eating a sandwich?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So he was on Colbert last night and addressed it. And what Colbert shows is there's a picture of a character named Berserker who is from a comic, and they sat him on a bench in the position exactly like sad Keanu was. And so that's what the joke was. But here is Colbert and Keanu talking about why he was so sad that day.
A very interesting one frame in here, which
oh my god,
what is happening?
I don't know.
I don't know. Here, I'll start to clip over again. Sorry.
A very interesting one frame in here, which everyone is saying is a reference to you. You know what that is.
Oh, that one.
So we all are familiar. We're all familiar with sad.
I'm just eating a sandwich.
Sad Keanu,
man.
the sad Keanu meme right there.
Man,
this is a frame of Berserker from.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Okay.
So you're not actually sad in sad Keanu?
I was thinking. I had some stuff going on.
Sure.
I was hungry. So, yeah, life in art.
Speaking of life in art, or your life represented in art, why do you think you're so memeable? There are so many Keanu memes out there.
I have no clue, sir.
Really?
Really.
You don't understand, because you have such a distinct character of your own, and yet people kind of lay on you meaning. You know what I mean? They lay meanings
on me when you're not strong. And I'll be your friend. I'll help you care.
Also, Keanu's 57.
Is he really?
He's 57, bro. Like, look at how good that man looks. 57.
And not sad.
And not sad, just hungry.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Spider-Man opens tomorrow, or I guess midnight tonight. Is that what it is?
No, it's out now.
It's out now, right?
Yes.
That's it opened midnight last night, right?
Correct, yeah.
That's what it is. Yes. Sorry.
So it's out now. I've been off of Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I'm scared to see a hashtag that has to do with the movie.
Right.
I hope.
And you didn't watch Hawkeye from last night either, right?
I did not.
No.
I
Florence
hope-
Pugh's the best, man.
Much like with Endgame, when that came out, people, because I saw it like 2 days after it was released.
Yeah.
And people were cool about not spoiling certain things from Endgame because this new Spider-Man movie is so anticipated and like I think it was the most pre-sales of any movie in the history.
Yeah.
I hope people are cool with not spoiling things.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. And Florence Pugh in Hawkeye, it was like really her episode last night. I'm not going to spoil it or anything like this, but I will say Florence Pugh's character as Black Widow's sister shot up so fast. I mean, after the Black Widow movie, yes, but especially after last night's episode of Hawkeye, one of my favorite Marvel characters.
Already?
Wow.
Interesting.
Already one of my
Okay.
favorite Marvel characters. Love her. Love that character.
So Spider-Man.
Tom Holland talking to 11-year-old kid reporter Jazzy. We've played a couple of Jazzy's interviews before.
Yeah.
This is Tom Holland on the sacrifices of becoming a megastar.
I know that it's important for kids to remember to work hard in everything that they do. Can you talk about how important it was for you to make different sacrifices in order to be a successful point as you are?
Well, that's a big question. Making sacrifices for your career is always important, but I think that, we should all work to live rather than live to work. So make sure that those sacrifices are worth it. Pursuing a career is one thing, but living a happy life is another. It swings and roundabouts. It's a case-by-case basis,
And also, Tom Holland talks to Jazzy about when he was younger dealing with dyslexia.
I know that you struggle with dyslexia as a kid. How are you able to persevere and learn the skills in order to handle it, to adjust it?
Well, it's just about taking your time, giving yourself an appropriate amount of time to do the things you need to do. The better prepared you are for anything, the more you'll be able to do and accomplish things that are fantastic. That's kind of it, really.
Well, I think that's really amazing that you learn different skills to help you adjust and to help you learn on how to, control it.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Aw, that's so cute.
Sweet, I know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Bruce Springsteen just sold his music catalog. Artists were doing this, right? So back in May, Sony's chief executive said at a shareholders meeting back in May that Sony had spent $1.4 billion in acquisitions in the previous 6 months.
Wow.
Okay. And we already know Bob Dylan, Paul Simon, Stevie Nicks, Shakira, Neil Young, all these stars have all sold their catalogs. So sold the rights to all their music, all their writing, everything else. I think the biggest one at the time was Bob Dylan's catalog, which I believe it was reported that it went for $300 million. And Bruce Springsteen just sold everything that he has ever recorded and written to Sony for a reported $500 million.
But why though?
So they
for
now
$500 million?
For $500 million, right? Because what winds up happening is you do this, you cash out basically, right? You get the $500 million. Then when you go, okay, you only have to have somebody who manages your estate. You don't have to have somebody who manages your catalog. Because when you make a deal with Sony, within those deals, you can put slight parameters. I don't think it's a full, you're allowed to do anything. We can't put my music in porno, right?
Right.
Like I think that there are parameters, but they can handle all the music and all the licensing and what to do with the songs and how to package the songs. We'll leave that to the expert. I don't want my dingbat family fighting over Born to Run, when it's 2 nephews 3 generations from now, right?
So if Bruce Springsteen goes on tour,
yes,
does he then have to get permission, or does he have to pay Sony for performing these songs that they now own?
Yeah, that I don't know how that part works. I'm sure he's allowed to perform his own songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, $500 million is what Springsteen's getting for his catalog, which is an incredible amount.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jeff Garlin has been fired from the Goldbergs. He plays the dad, Maurie, on the Goldbergs. And here's a clip. He's also from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Just for Andy, you'll know his voice if you don't know the name right off the top.
Lay in front of the TV, Schwartz. It's a quarter to Remington Steel.
Mr. G, I'm worried I'm a pleaser.
Well, you're not pleasing me right now.
Everyone always wants me to do stuff for them, and I don't know how to say no. You never do anything for anyone.
It's easy. Lump.
As in, just sit there and never move?
Definitely, but also L-U-M-P. It's my secret for not doing anything for anyone.
You're a lazy monster, and that's what I need. Please, let me learn it. Your idle feat.
Okay, first up is L. Lower expectations. It's something I've perfected over time.
Dad, can you wish me with these science flashcards?
All right. And this is after multiple HR investigations. So according to source, a mutual agreement was reached between Jeff Garlin and the show. But listen to this. So Garlin was believed to have had maybe one shoot day left for season 18, and he will not be back for even that last shoot day. Oh. So Garlin addressed the accusations with Vanity Fair earlier this month, which he said that he denied speculation that he had been fired from the show. And then Deadline was contacted by a number of current and former co-workers of Jeff Garlin on that show. Speaking on the condition of anonymity, they said that the work environment on the show was great until Jeff Garlin showed up on set. They said he was extremely verbally and emotionally abusive. In the Vanity Fair article, Jeff Garlin said that he was just being silly and he's funny and he liked to use the word vagina a lot on set. But according to sources for the show, camera assistant made a complaint to the department head about Garlin's use of that word. After the actor found out, he reportedly put his hands around her and kept saying vagina in her face over and over and over again. Garlin's go-to jokes was exactly that. And so after three HR investigations, Jeff Garlin, the dad on the Goldbergs.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Apple TV dropped the stop-motion animation short for Ted Lasso. Did you watch this?
No.
Yeah. It's a Christmas special with
Is it
Ted
really?
Lasso. Yeah. But it's like stop motion, like the little, like it looks like the little people,
Is it like
the
a
little
full 20-minute
No.
episode, or?
I think it's like 6 minutes or something like that. But Ted Lasso loses his mustache, and then everybody goes looking for it, and then he eventually winds up
Ted?
finding the true spirit of Christmas, kind of thing. Yeah, it's funny. It's
Who plays the bad guy? Nate?
No. There's no bad guy. Nate is in it though, but they like him in it, right? It's weird.
You know what I missed
What's
is
that?
I think it was on last night. The Young Rock Christmas episode.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know they were doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, how did I miss that?
And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
All right, we got a lot of questions to get through today. Let's head to the phones. Hello, Julia. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. How's it going?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Good. What is your question for the room?
Yeah, my question is, has Dammit Maury ever gone to crazy lengths in order to book a guest on the show?
Has Dammit Maury ever gone through crazy lengths to book a guest on the show? We've been asked this question a couple of times over the years because there have been times where it seems like something extreme would have had to have happened in order to get that person on the show as fast as we did. Maury, do you have an answer for this? Is there anything you can say?
Yeah, there's two awesome stories. Like, there's tons of stories that are just boring, but there's two great stories.
Right. When you say boring, what do you mean boring?
Like just the usual chasing and stuff
as
like
persistent
that.
as you have to be in order
But there's
to
two that stand out.
Yeah.
One would be John Stamos when he was filming in town. And I literally spent the whole day camped outside his trailer.
What do you mean?
Oh my God.
So, on the movie set, all the stars have their trailers where they go in and hang out in between scenes.
We get that, but how did you
I don't know. He said, "What did you mean?" Right after I said trailer.
I know, but you said no.
Clearly he wants me to explain what.
What did you mean when you said? What did you mean when you said camped out? Not what did you mean when you said trailer?
I brought a chair and sat outside the door of his trailer.
But were you allowed?
It was on a public street, so they couldn't ask me to leave.
But how did you know it was his trailer? Did it say John Stamos on the front?
No, it's character
It's
names.
character
So I just
names.
did like an IMDb search. Who's he playing in this movie? Okay, that's the trailer.
Yeah.
So when he came back to his trailer afterwards, he was like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, hi, I'm Maury from the Roz and Mocha Show. I also tweeted at you. I'm here. I would love to have like a fun moment with you.
Yeah.
I've been here for hours. What do you say?
Right.
Thinking, okay, this can go one of two ways.
Yeah.
Obviously horribly wrong or okay.
Yeah.
And he was like, just give me a second. Let me just go freshen up inside. And we came out, we hugged, and we got pictures of him and I hugging.
Yeah.
And we did like a fun interview together. We aired it on this show.
We
it was
did.
great.
So how long were you camped out there for?
I'd say about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a long time.
And
Oh my
how lo-
God. It was
how
a
many
summer
minutes?
day, so it didn't matter to me.
How many minutes did you have with him?
He gave me like a good 10 minutes.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Worth it, though. Worth
Which
it.
on set is a long time because
Yeah.
these people have lots to do.
Yeah.
The second one was when Donald Trump wasn't hated by everyone around the world and he was just a reality star.
Right.
And we wanted him for the show. And I found his fax number because he only dealt with fax machines. And so every single day after the show, I would fax the same letter. Every day, the request.
same letter? No, you didn't even change it up?
Nah, just every single day. And finally, his assistant, Rhoda, called me and was like, hey, look, we've been getting your faxes every day.
Yeah.
He says he'll do it.
Okay.
And then I made that happen. But it was just
And
literally
then did you have a
faxing
picture
every
of him,
single day.
like you guys hugging as well?
In Toronto on stage,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And he sent me a letter. I still have it home. He sent me a letter just congratulating me on my persistence.
Yeah.
Yeah, autographed in his gold pen.
Maury misses Donald Trump. You
I
can tell.
know,
huh?
big time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I missed two things from him. I missed
Yes.
how crazy and accessible he was, and I
Yeah.
just miss how he was just like, you could ask him anything, it was fine to do so, and he would always give you an incredible
Right.
answer.
Maury has zero, I would say less than zero interest in politics. Maury, I would say, has zero interest in like mainstream social issues. I would
No,
say
just 'cause I don't understand.
I would say Maury has, but Maury loved the idea that Donald Trump was president, even way longer than people should have, because Maury was still convinced that maybe one day he would get to go to the White House and be friends with the president.
Could you imagine?
Right?
Could you imagine if Donald Trump sent you a letter being like, "Hey man, I remember you being so persistent back in the day."
I'd go.
Well, the problem was when Maury and Matthew used to go to New York every year for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Their favorite hotel was the Trump Hotel. And then the problem was that when Trump got elected, you guys went back one other time, right?
Not only that, we went to visit Rhoda. She took us on the tour and showed us Trump's office.
Right. So nobody would have done this.
No.
Right. Okay. And then so Matthew and Maury were pissed off because when everybody started hating Donald Trump, they didn't jump on the let's all hate Donald Trump train. They jumped on the, well, now we can't go to our favorite hotel anymore because we'll get canceled.
It's a beautiful hotel.
So there you go, Julia. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Have
you
a
got it.
wonderful day.
Hey, wait, are you going to ask me the question?
Between Roz and Mocha, Julia, who's your favorite?
Well, I'm a brown girl from Scarborough, but Roz is totally my favorite.
Oh, what? Oh, what? Are you serious? Julia!
I'm sorry, Mocha. I'm
dare
sorry.
you.
I love Roz so much.
That may be the first time that's ever happened.
Wow, from my hometown, Julia. You're going to do that to your own people.
I love you, Mocha. I love you too, but oh my God, Roz just has my heart. What could I say?
Oh, well, you can have it.
This is your
You can
first
have
brown
it.
girl.
What's that?
This is your first brown girl.
I don't think it's my first brown girl, but I think it's my first brown girl to admit it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thanks,
Yeah,
Julia. Love you
I'm
lots.
I love you.
Love you guys.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
honey.
Bye, hon.
Jeffrey Yoon says here, let's change it up. If Roz was gay and single, would he date Mocha?
I'm not answering that question.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I
thank
would.
God, because
would.
when I read
would.
this,
I
I thought
totally would.
you were- oh.
I totally would.
Aiden says here, if you had to take, okay, here we go. If you had to take on one quality or feature from Damn It Maury, what would it be? Example, his inability to listen, his signature wheeze. One quality or feature from Damn It Maury.
Okay, so here's the question, though. Okay,
Yeah.
so immediately, Mocha, when somebody asks you the question, if you had to take on one quality or feature of Damn It Maury, you immediately start putting a list together in your head of, okay, well, what are the good ones
Like
that
the
you would
gayness, the
that you
gayness.
wouldn't mind having, right? So as soon as you read that question, I started in my head trying to put a list together of the good ones.
Yeah. So come back to you? What you still think?
Do you have a list of the good ones?
The only thing that pops into my mind right now, and it's because we just finished talking about it,
Yes.
is Damn It Maury's persistence when trying to book somebody for the show. For me, I wouldn't spend that much time. Although I appreciate all the time that you do spend.
But I think that you do have that persistence. You just wouldn't spend it in that direction. I think that you would be
Right.
So
I would-
you have that already.
My time would be spent doing other things, not focused on that one
No,
thing.
no, but let's say something that you do not have. So a feature, or what was it? A feature
or quality.
or quality that you do not have that Maurie has that you would adopt.
Give great massages.
See what I'm saying? You're trying to put a
Yeah.
list together,
Uh-huh.
right? It's very difficult. No offense.
I can't come up with anything either.
What do you mean?
Of good things.
Like if Roz and I were to take a quality or feature from you that you're
Yeah.
proud of, right?
Yeah, you're
Or-
asking me. I'm thinking.
What do you think?
I'm thinking.
Can I? Can I? You know what I will say this morning?
I will say I'm very good at loving.
No. Wow. Wow. Okay, that is not what I would peg for you.
Yeah, no.
I would say this, Maury. You know what? You know what I would take of yours, honestly? Because it makes people feel fantastic. And I do not have this, which is I would say that in general life, it's very difficult to make me laugh.
Okay.
I would take on your giggliness over absolute nonsense and unfunny jokes because I think that you are oftentimes the only person who finds something funny, and I think that that makes the person who said it feel great about themselves.
There you go.
So I think that I would take that. I would happily take on that quality.
I like
happily.
I like pretending to pay attention to things.
Yeah, but you don't actually pay attention to things.
Like
though.
I love watching documentaries.
Why instead of pretending, Maury, to pay attention to things, why not just pay attention to
I
things?
don't have my mind wanders.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Jamie says here, what's one food or meal you ate as a child but find disgusting now as an adult, and vice versa? Hate as a child but love now.
We've talked about this before, and I when I was a kid, man, Campbell's tomato soup was the greatest thing ever. It was always lunch, every lunch, can of Campbell's tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. And in my adult life, I went to the store and I wanted to have a little nostalgic meal, and I made a grilled cheese and opened up a can of Campbell's Campbell's tomato soup, and I cooked it the way that I normally did, and I took one bite of the soup and I threw it down the drain.
Yeah.
Because it's too sweet, and I never remembered it being that sweet. So for me, I loved when I was a kid Campbell's tomato soup, and now I would never, like I just wouldn't.
Yeah, mine
It's
is
candy.
actually, not that I'm just hating on Campbell's, it just so happens that they make
Yeah.
it, but chunky soup.
Really, huh?
Yeah, I used to demolish cans on cans.
I think I still would demolish a can of chunky soup.
And then I remember there was one day, like Jenna and I were at the grocery store, and I was like, you never had this before? And she was like, no. And I said, okay, I'm going to get a can.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't had it in years.
Yeah.
And then I had it, and oh man, it did not taste the way I remembered.
No.
And I felt like garbage after.
Right.
Like it did not do well in my system whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I used to love when I was a kid, and I
What?
don't anymore? Sour cream and onion chips.
Really?
They were my
those.
favorites.
Oh my
they were my
God.
favorites. Not anymore. I don't like them.
And on the flip side, the one thing that I can't stand now that I liked when I was a kid, only because my parents gave it to me all the time, was like celery.
Right.
Like I don't like celery now.
Right.
I mean, I'll eat it when it comes with wings.
But like if growing up, my mom would like.
But what do you
put
love now that you
celery-
hated then, though? That's the flip side.
Oh, what do I love now that I hated then?
Like, I'll give you a great example. My brother, okay, who is one of the greatest pizza eaters you will ever see in your life.
Yeah.
My brother didn't have his first slice of pizza that, oh God, I'm going to say he was in his 20s.
What?
Yeah.
That
Hated
didn't go
it.
your whole life?
Hated it.
What?
He wouldn't even try. It disgusted him.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it disgusted him, and then he came around to it. Same thing with cheeseburgers. Wouldn't
What?
eat, wouldn't
That's
eat
a
a cheeseburger.
lie.
Wouldn't eat a cheeseburger.
Really?
No. And then eventually he did. Now it's his two favorite things.
By the way, mine is Chef Boyardee.
Which one? Like that you love now that you hated
No,
as a kid?
I loved them then. I
Yeah.
tried it recently now just because I was a nostalgia thing, just like you and Jenna.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh my God, my dad used to leave me cans of these when he would go out on dates.
Remember the little ones that you would just like crack
yeah.
open and eat
Amazing.
cold?
These were like the round, the sort of beefaronis and stuff.
Okay,
oh,
so
dear God,
so I
they're
would
terrible
say
now.
that beefaroni to me was the best of the Chef Boyardee.
Have you had it recently?
No.
That's what
I
I'm
used
talking
to always
about.
eat the ravioli.
The
ones.
raviolis.
No, see, I couldn't do that
That-
because anytime you tried to pick up one of them with the fork, the meat fell
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, ravioli and
As
yes,
in
the
life.
beefaroni.
And what I like now that I didn't like when I was a kid was beer.
Oh, Oh, yeah. True that.
I don't have an answer then. What I like now that I didn't like as a kid.
There has to be something.
I'm sure there is. I just can't think of it
To me, because I remember my dad used to let me finish his beers, and it was just the nastiest thing.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that everybody would say coffee. We had a coffee conversation with Roxy the other day.
I love black
Why was she
coffee.
asking?
No. She was just like, I was pouring it. She was like, blech. And I'm like, listen, I'm like,
Guaranteed she's gonna love it.
I'm like, there's going to be a day where I put a pot of coffee on in the morning, and then I'm go off and do something, and I come back, and you've probably had it all.
Yeah.
And she's like, never. And I'm like, no, it's probably going to happen, right? Like, it's probably going to happen.
Absolutely love the smell
Yeah.
of fresh coffee.
When did you start regularly drinking coffee?
Probably college.
College?
To me, it was a year ago.
A year ago.
So I used to drink coffee with like a crap ton of sugar and cream.
Right.
But about a year ago, I started just drinking black coffee.
Yeah.
Because like I got some of the pods or something like that, and I love black coffee.
Yeah, it's not bad. Black coffee's not bad.
I love it black.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not. It's you're the only one that thought that was racist when we were talking about coffee.
Still not laughing.
I started drinking coffee regularly, like wake up in the morning and have a coffee in grade 10.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think did I drink coffee when I was in high school? I don't think so.
No?
I think like straight up college
Really?
was
And
when I
then-
started
and
drinking
then,
coffee.
And then I remember grade 11 and 12, the only place in the school that you could get coffee was in like the teacher's lounge.
Don't tell
And-
me you went to the teacher's lounge.
Yeah, to grab a coffee. Yeah, for sure
No.
we did. Yeah,
Were you
yeah,
allowed in?
absolutely. Yeah. It was kind of like in the office kind of thing, but they had one of those big giant coffee things. And
That you had to pay for?
No.
What
You just
world
yeah,
can students
yeah.
get free coffee?
Yeah, and at high school in the early 90s.
Oh, wow.
Right? Yeah, they didn't. You could still smoke in the teachers' lounge when I was
What?
in.
Oh.
Yeah. when I was-
Really?
yeah, you'd walk by that part of the school, reek like cigarettes.
See, when I went to high school, there was no smokers.
Really?
Even out by the portables and stuff, I never saw kids smoking.
Oh my God.
Maybe you just didn't hang out at the right
Like
time.
I went to school in North York, Ontario. Like I mean, it was
Yeah.
just like there's no smokers.
I
there.
would say that at least 50% of the teachers at my high school that I had as teachers smoked cigarettes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. The guy in the wood shop would just open up the bay doors and
And just smoke right there?
No, just walk outside.
Oh.
Open up the bay doors in his classroom. And just like
while class was happening,
and because it was like wood shop, so like
Sure.
you would do your lecture, he would do like his thing, and then we would have to go and build stuff, and he would just open up the bay doors, and if he had a minute, he would just like walk outside and grab a butt in the back on the on the concrete, but it was like a huge garage door. It's like standing outside your own garage having a
Sure.
cigarette, and all your students are inside the garage.
My wood teacher was the creepiest guy ever.
Yeah.
He used to, anytime he would come around and
Call
check
him
out
your wood teacher. That's weird,
you
man.
mean wood shop?
That's super weird, dude.
He used to come around and check people's work, but he had this weird thing where he would press his penis up against the desk.
Yeah.
Whenever he was talking to you, he would always just start pressing his penis
Oh,
up
because
against the desk.
yeah.
And it was so creepy.
Yeah.
Just wood on wood.
Yeah, it's just wood on wood.
Caitlin says here, what's one thing you hate doing with your kids, especially in the winter? I hate getting my daughter ready to go outside. Preschoolers take forever. Always seems like a fight. I wish I could skip over it. Let's see here.
What do I hate? Like, what do I hate doing with my kid? I don't really hate
I'm sure
doing
putting on
anything
gloves and the jacket and everything like that.
No,
back when
I
Roxy
stopped.
was
I stopped
younger.
fighting years ago. I'm like, listen.
Oh, no,
you're
we
gonna-
still,
you're
yeah.
gonna-
I think the one thing that I hate is, especially now, actually, no, not even now that it's winter.
Yeah.
Anytime where he's maybe a little bit in a mood and we have to leave the house.
Right.
And just getting him to get out of the house.
Do you ever just
Get your
grab him and
shoes
go?
on. Yeah, but
Yeah,
still like screaming, right? And kicking and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Just getting the shoes on, getting the jacket if a jacket needs to be put on, hat if the hat needs to be put on, getting
Yeah.
your stuff to leave, right?
Catherine, we were. I was out at the. I had driven out to the cottage, which is for anybody who doesn't know, it's like let's say 90 minutes outside of the city kind of thing. It's all highway driving, everything else. I was already there. Catherine and Roxy were coming to spend the weekend with me. Come and meet me there, and I got there, and Catherine and Roxy got there, came in, unloaded the groceries. I grabbed their bags, brought them in the house. We were in and out of the house like all weekend. It was like fall, like it wasn't summer. It was fall. It wasn't warm. You needed a hoodie to go outside, right?
Yeah.
So we were like outside doing stuff, all three of us, everything else. And then like we stayed there 2 nights. And then on the Sunday, we were getting ready to go. And Rox was walking out of the house to get in the car with Catherine, and I was like, Rue, go put your shoes on. She's like, I don't have any. I was like, what do you mean you don't have any? She's like, I forgot them. I'm like, where'd you forget them? She's like, at home in the city. I'm like, wait a second. So when you went to get in Mom's car in the city, you went out there barefoot and just got in the car and drove all the way up here and spent the whole weekend doing outside stuff, and you had no shoes, and it didn't like you just didn't bring shoes, and now you're going home without shoes? She's like, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wasn't her feet frozen?
No, she doesn't care. Kids don't care. Like, she does not care, right? Like, kids don't care. And you can't tell them they're going to be cold because they know they're going to be cold.
Yeah.
So then they'll just do it out of spite at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't say anything to her. I'm like, yeah, so
Wow.
what? You didn't bring
3
shoes.
days with no shoes.
3 days.
How does she not
with no
have extra shoes there?
Well, she does, but they're their shoes, right?
Oh, yeah, she can't wear them
So she was
home.
leaving, so she was just like walking back
But
out
even
to the
while
car.
she was there,
we
she
have a
didn't wanna-
gravel driveway.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Okay? Like, we have a gravel driveway.
Was her the bottom of her foot like
I
full of
don't know.
calluses or something? She can't feel nothing?
I don't know, but that's what kids do, right? They'll just do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, where's the thing? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Like, how do you not know?
Rayman46 has a question for you, Roz. Yeah. If Roz was gay and single, would he have a one-night stand with Dammit Maurie?
Oh, a one-night stand, not even date.
Great question, because it's not dating.
Right. I don't do these questions.
Poppy says here, would you rather get $1 every time you compliment someone or $2 every time you insult someone?
Oh, $1 every time I compliment someone, because I can do that all day.
Yeah, but you also insult people all day.
Yeah, but it's more difficult to insult somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You could walk around and just being like, you could walk down the street and go just like, great bag. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to be offended by that. I'd just be racking up money all day.
Yeah, you'd make more that way.
Yeah.
I would say that I would also choose the $1 because I don't want to be mean.
Okay, what
to people
if? Okay,
just
what?
For that extra,
what
extra
if?
dollar you're
Let's say, let's say you made $1 every time you complimented somebody, right? But you made 50 every time you insulted somebody.
Yeah, but you can still make more complimenting somebody.
But I made it better. Let's say 100 every time you insult somebody. Yeah.
No, I'm still taking the $1.
You are.
Yeah, because you could throw
you
around
have to
more.
compliment 100 people versus just one insult and there's your day.
I know, but still, you can compliment way more people in your day than you can, or at least feel better about yourself complimenting people, as opposed to going around like throwing disses everywhere.
I would absolutely take the $100 for insulting
Would
people.
you?
Yeah.
You can insult the same person every day.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you could.
All the time. All the time. Also, you know what I would do? Because there's nothing. Read the question again.
Would you rather get $1 every time you compliment someone or $2 every time you insult someone?
So I would do stuff like this where like I'm on the road and if I'm driving by somebody, I'd be like, idiot!
Oh, $100.
Right, $100. $100.
There you go. Thank you for all your questions.
You missed Rayman's question there.
Oh, if Roz was gay and single, would he have a one-night stand with Dammit Maurie?
No, I'm not. I don't do these hypothetical questions.
It's Christmas.
You know that. It's Christmas. You want me to answer the question, Maury? Do you really want me to answer the question,
Christmas.
Maury?
Yes, do it.
Do you want me to ruin Christmas?
Come on. Insult. $100.
Do you want me to ruin?
This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
KISS925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.